Yeah. So good morning, everybody. How's everyone today? Another Saturday morning. How are you? That's great. Oh, that's great. Okay. So uh, before we continue with our today's session, okay, and the agenda is that we will be creating Google Analytics account, and then we will see how to navigate Google Analytics reports. And if time permits, we will definitely see how to add analytics tracking code to a WordPress based website and a blogger blog. And we will also talk about advanced filters today. Okay, so filters are applied at the view level. You already know that. We did this discussion uh, in the last class where I showed you the traffic being excluded from office location. So, and we talked about filters theoretically that you can include traffic only from a certain region, okay, or regions like northern states of India. So, hmm, we will be looking at this implementation today. Yeah. Okay. Before that, do you want to discuss the tasks before you before we continue with this? Do you want to discuss the assignments, the tasks, or you want to continue with this first? I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. You want to finish the topic first and then discuss the assignment? I mean, either way. Yeah, so that would be great. So you want to discuss the assignments first? Okay. So let me log on 1 second. We can do that. Okay. So here, web analytics orientation and this quiz. Have you checked this quiz? Have you checked this quiz also? Okay. So, for example, it says what is the difference between analysis and analytics. So it's really simple. We all know that think in terms of past and future. Analysis looks backwards over time. So you have the historic data, and then you are analyzing it. Okay, and providing marketers with a historic view of what has happened. And analytics look forward to model the future or predict a result. So based on your analysis, you can take a data-driven decision, okay, or make an informed decision. So that is what the difference is in analysis analytics. So this is the answer for it. And similarly, uh, okay, okay, I got correct, yeah. Okay, and then the another is you visited Amazon.com at 11:40 on late Sunday night. You immediately went to the mobile section to search for a new mobile phone, and it's 11:45 by this time. So two interactions, right? To begin with, you clicked on an iPhone image around 11:55. Three interactions so far. Landed on the iPhone 6s page. Okay, you wanted to keep both your kidneys, so you decided to hit the back button. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, yeah, you really have to sell your kidney to buy iPhone 10. And hit button 11:59 p.m. Yeah. So and clicked on Samsung phone at yeah, so 3 past 12 or the midnight, and uh, only to find the reviews are not that great. Now you have to see this, that sessions, all the sessions expire at midnight. Okay, all the sessions expire at midnight forcefully. Okay, so even you started your session at 11:55 or 11:59, your sessions would be closed at midnight. New sessions are started at midnight, only to find the reviews are not that great. Under the section customer who bought this item also bought, you find a Motorola phone with 4-star reviews and right clicked it. So all this, and at uh, 5 past midnight, and now you have to select how many sessions. You had two sessions. You had two sessions. Okay, and you had one user. Okay, one user, because you are doing all this, and I said that at midnight, so sessions are marked over after the inactivity of 30 minutes. We all know that. And the sessions are also closed at midnight. All the sessions are closed, right? So you are the same user, and you have the two session. So now this is clear. Now you have to calculate the number of interactions to find out the page views. So it says uh, you visited amazon.com at 11:40 a.m. first hit. Okay, and then second hit was at 11:45, then third hit was at 11:55. Okay, and then fourth hit was at 11:59. Okay, four hits. Now four hits, and then session over. And because when you are clicking at 3 past midnight, this is the second session, first interaction. So five so far. Okay, this is first in this new session. And then under this section you find a Motorola phone, and you clicked it open, so six. Okay, so six, and you are opening it new tab. As long as you are in the same browser, it is going to be the same session. So this is the answer: user 1, session 2, page view 6. Let's see if I could do it right. Yeah, so I could do it right. Is this clear to everyone now? Is this clear? Is this clear, everyone? How one user, two sessions, and six page views. Did you get that, everybody? Did you get that? Anybody? Any doubt? Yeah. Okay. So this is how you have to check all these things, and wherever you are stuck. Okay. Wherever you are stuck, you please let me know that I am not clear with this question. You break all these there are uh, scenario based. So you just break it into smaller pieces, and then check whether you are understanding it right. Okay, and then you have these tasks over here. Step 1: when the data word when the word did not know data, you just watch this video. Okay, and you will know about it. Okay, and then you can mark it complete, right? And then task 2: create your blogger or WordPress blog. Don't create a WordPress blog, because the problem is, if you create a WordPress blog on wordpress.com, let me tell you what is the problem with wordpress.com. WordPress.com is a great platform. There is nothing against it. Okay. Only problem is, when you want to add Google Analytics tracking code to it, it asks you to pay 800 rupees per month, and it is billed yearly. So this is how much? 10,000 rupees. Okay. Why you pay 10,000 rupees just to add Google Analytics? You can see this. Google Analytics integration is available only here with the business plan. So this is the reason I do not recommend. Okay, that for practicing purposes, this is not good. If you want to host your website and you want to do everything with wordpress.com, that's your personal choice, but there are better alternatives. Okay, so you can host it on hostgator.com, and then You will get the hosting for 3 years in almost the similar amount. So I think in 12,000 rupees, you will get the hosting with unlimited space, unlimited domain, unlimited database, unlimited emails. You get all that for 3 years for about 12,000 rupees. And HostGator is one of the largest service providers. And you get your domain in 500 to 800 rupees, depending upon what TLD you are choosing, the top level domain .co.in.com, whatever. So this is the reason I do not recommend it. Otherwise, there is nothing against it. This is a great platform. Now, to practice, you go to Blogger. Okay, you create your blog on Blogger. No, no, it's good if you keep on working on it. Some Somil, if you keep on working on it, and for example, quiz. Take the quiz part and mark it complete. Tasks also. Go through those tasks and mark them complete. Yeah. So this is how it is. Now this is the Blogger tutorial for all of you. Those who do not have a website, a WordPress based website, you can watch this tutorial, and I think within an hour, it's a series of videos, it's a playlist. So within 1 hour, you will have a fair idea about how to create a blogger blog. This person has explained it really extremely well. So I recommend that you do this. Okay. And then I'll tell you how to add analytics tracking code to your blogger blog. That will take only a minute. Uh, you're working on it, but the template shows all week's assignment in one file. Okay, so you can speak to your respective course coordinator for this, Somil. Yeah, yeah. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can anytime please connect with your course coordinator and get your doubts clear. All right. So I hope this is clear how you are going to do this. Yeah. Then you can mark complete. Yeah, then you can mark it complete. And so keep on doing this. And then another task over here is yeah, I think we have taken all this. Now for the week 2, you go through all this introduction and all that, and create a measurement model for your organization. That's the task 1, and then the task 2. So you just check that how to create all these things. Yeah, go through it. So whatever I have told you about key performance indicators. Yeah. And we have talked about this events we will be discussing. I mean, okay, no, this is not that event actually. Okay, then when you are done with this, you can mark complete. Okay, so do this. If you have any doubt in the tasks, you can let me know. Okay, and we will discuss. I'll be happy to discuss all these tasks with you. So today we are going to do this one. Yeah, this is week 2. We are going to create a Google Analytics account. Okay, and then we will be talking about filters also, I said. Okay, and goals we will be doing in the next class. Okay, today we are not going to touch goals. See, I tell you the reason why I do not explain goals in first 2 weeks, because there is a disconnect. Okay, unless we see some part of reports, okay, there will be a disconnect for goals. That is the reason. I mean, that's my way of explaining things, and I feel it works for me. Okay, and then you will be looking at the task in the over here. Get your free access to Google Merchandise Store website that I will give you anyways, and check out the retail time reports and check out audience report. All that we will be doing: acquisition report, behavior report, and then for your week, attempt all those quiz, attempt all those tasks. Do not leave any part of it. Okay, so all that you have to mark complete. So draw your campaign life cycle and design a campaign outreach plan. That will give you a good idea of how you will be working after completing this module. And observe campaign on Google Merchandise Store. All that you can see that. Yeah. Okay. Now, yeah. So this is it. This is it. Okay. Now tell me anything. So this is related to the task discussion. Generally, we do it at the end of the session. but you preferred to do it in the beginning, so we have done it. Now tell me if you have any queries. If you have any queries, let me know, or we can continue with our today's agenda. Tell me. Let's continue. Okay, great. Okay, then let's continue. So in every class, we will talk about the tasks and quizzes, and I'll show you these tasks and quizzes. And if you have specific question, you can please post, and I'll explain that. Is there an option to add another site in my Google Analytics? Yes, Vinod. We will be doing this today. We'll be starting with this only, right? Okay, please address me, Rajeev. Okay, my humble request to everyone. Okay, uh, address me, Rajeev. There's no sir. There's no sir. I'm just sharing my experience with you. Okay, so let's take it this way. Okay, I'll be happy if you address me, Rajeev. Yeah, thank you. So this is what we are going to discuss: collecting actionable data with Google Analytics. And for that, we will be creating an account. Some of you, like Vinod, has already an account. Okay, so let's do this. And I'm sure everyone has installed browser Chrome. Has everyone installed browser Chrome? Yeah, because I told you in the last class that Chrome is a great browser, right? And uh, it has plenty of plugins. Okay, so here is the link. This is analytics.google.com. So everybody, please go to analytics.google.com. And what you need to create a Google Analytics account, I tell you. So on top, you need a Google ID. What is a Google ID? If you have a Gmail ID, you already have a Google ID. You can also sign up with using a non Gmail ID. I do not recommend this. You can use a non Gmail ID to sign up Google. Okay? Uh, you, I'm sure, know that there are products, Google products, that you can access without login. For example, YouTube. You don't have to log into YouTube using your username password to watch the videos. You can watch videos anyways. Okay, but for accounts like products like AdWords, Search Console, okay, it is also known as Webmaster, and uh, Google Plus. You have to sign up. You have to sign up. Analytics is again the same similar kind of product where you have to sign up, and you need a Gmail ID for that. Okay, a Gmail is another where you have to sign up. You have to create an ID. Okay, so for Google ID, it is not necessary that you use Gmail ID only. It can be a non-Gmail ID, but I highly recommend that you use a Gmail ID only. For today, for practicing purposes, you all can use your personal ID, but for your marketing requirement, you create a separate ID. And how it should be, the naming convention should be business name dot mktg at gmail.com. Okay, so let's say we are creating it for digital vidya, so I can create it as dv.mktg at gmail.com. Okay, or if I am doing it for, let's say, my company, so I can say gbt.mktg greybox technologies.mktg at gmail.com. Okay, and if we are creating, or any individual is creating, let's say Meghna is creating it, so Meghna's, let us assume Meghna's personal ID is Meghna at gmail.com. So I do not recommend that you should use this for your marketing activities. Okay, you can create a new ID as meghna.mktg at gmail.com. The reason is very simple. When you sign up using your personal ID and you run into problems and you create a ticket, okay, and you get a response, and then you tell your colleague to take care of it, you will have to share your credentials with your colleague, right? So let's say using the same ID, you signed up MailChimp, you signed up customer.io, you signed up HubSpot, you signed up a lot of other services using your personal ID. Now, with one of these services or product, you are experiencing some issue. For that, you raised a ticket, yeah, and then you have raised a ticket, and you are busy, and you tell your colleague to take care of it. What you have to do, either every time the response you are getting on your email, you will be forwarding it to your email, to your colleague, or you will have to share your credentials. And if you are doing it with the personal ID, it doesn't make any sense that you are sharing your personal email ID's credential with anybody else, yeah. And no, even then, Meghna, even then, you should separate it. You should be using a separate ID. The reason is simple. If you grow, okay, in future, if you are expanding in future and you need more people to help you, then what will you do? Getting my point? So it's the long term planning. Another thing, guys, uh, why you should not use a non Gmail ID. So let's say you are using your official ID, your corporate ID. Let's say it is priya.chaturvedi at xyz.com. Okay. Now, for some reason, this XYZ company's email server is down, and you have raised a support ticket for something very, very critical, and you do not receive that email, you do not get that solution. What will you do? Gmail, in my experience and in general, as people say, okay, you can Google about it, their downtime is minimum. Okay. Everybody guarantees, any big company guarantees 99.9% uptime. Gmail's uptime is much higher than that. Okay. Have you ever experienced Gmail is down? Have you ever experienced, any of you have ever experienced that Gmail is down? In last so many years I'm using Gmail. I don't remember, I mean, I think ever since it started I'm using it so I have never seen this Gmail is down. So is it clear why I am saying you should always use Gmail for your marketing activities? I mean, not activities, for signing up with marketing related products. Is that clear? You will be signing up with all those services using your Gmail ID. And when it comes to, for example, when you have signed up with MailChimp, let's say, so you will be sending emails from your corporate ID now. Okay. You can sign up with your ID like dv.mktg at gmail.com, but you will be sending emails like newsletter at digitalvidya.com. Okay. There you of course have to add your corporate ID, and you have to add those SPF and DKIM and DMRC and all those records. So those who have done email marketing, they know about it, right? So there internally you will have to use the corporate ID only, your official ID only, and this you can uh, sign up with the AdWords using this ID, analytics with this ID, Search Console with this ID, and this is how it is. This is how it is. Are we clear? I think we have spent enough time on it. Are we clear? Did I make it absolutely clear why we need a separate Gmail ID for uh, all our marketing related products and services sign up? Great. Wonderful. So now let's come back to this. So on top of it, you need a Google ID, and then when you sign up, you have up to 100 organizations or 100 accounts. Okay, in Google Analytics they are known as accounts. Okay, so on top there are 100 accounts. So I'll just put it in the bracket. So you can think of each account as an organization, okay, or as a company. Why you need to add 100 companies or 100 accounts or up to 100 accounts, we will see in a while. And then each company or each account can have up to 50 properties. And when I say 50 properties, okay, so let me put it this way. So you have, this is the hierarchy. On top you have Google Analytics account. An account is an organization. You can think of an account as an organization, and then you can have up to 100. Okay, and then each account can have property, and a property, you can have how many properties under each account? Up to 50. What is a property? A property is a website. This is online property, right? Website, mobile app, or any digitally connected environment. Any digitally connected environment. Okay, and then under each property you have something called views. I told you in the last class, what is a view? A view is a report set. Okay, for each property you can have up to 25 views, and you call it a report set. Do you remember this, our discussion of views? Our discussion of views, where I said that you will have the multiple report set. The number of reports and the types of reports will be exactly same. Only the data will be varying depending upon your configuration settings. For example, in one view, you will have data of your real users by excluding the traffic originating from office location. And in another view, you can have data which is the traffic originating from office location, and this is the only data in this. And you may have third view where you have the total traffic. Okay, then you have another view where we have northern region kind of thing. So we talked about this, right? So we'll see all this in detail today again. Now so this is how it is. This is how it is. Now let's create an account. So I want everyone to go to analytics.google.com if you don't have a Google Analytics account. And Vinod, you will see how to add more accounts, more properties. So I'm here. You can, for today's practicing purposes, you can use your personal ID, and you can also create a new account. Okay, for example, here you can create a new account. Creating a new account is not very complex. We all understand. We are very well versed with this. So let's say I'm writing digital vidya and I'm saying dv dvga, digital vidya Google Analytics, for example, or maybe dv.mktg at gmail.com, and or you can use it ga at digital vidya.com. So you can use a non-Gmail ID also. Give the password and say sign in. When you use a when you use an existing ID or you are creating a new ID, okay, whatever you do, after that you see a screen like this. Are you seeing a screen like this? Sign up. How many of you reached sign up? How many of you have reached sign up? Okay. So click on sign up, and when you click sign up, you will see a screen like this. Let me show you a screen. Let me show you a screen here. Are you seeing a screen like this? New account. What would you like to track? Website, mobile app. See, we will be doing this together practically. So you will have uh, hands-on how to create a new account and add a property to this. So we'll be doing this today, right? So give this account name. What is an account name? It is the entity name, and it can be the name of the company or the organization you work with or you own, or it can be an individual's name. You see this? I wrote it over here. What is an account? It's an organization or company, right? So let's say I am creating it for Digital Vidya. So I'm writing Digital Vidya over here. And then you have to add, you are creating a new account. When you create a new account, you have to add at least one property to it. So Digital Vidya, let us assume, has many websites. Okay, and I am adding the first website, the corporate website, and I write it corporate website, and I enter the URL of it, www.digitalvidya.com. Yeah, and then I choose a category. So for Digital Vidya, jobs and education is the category, industry category. For your business niche, you choose whatever matches closely. If doesn't, then you can choose others. Okay, and then you have to choose the reporting time zone. Reporting time, choosing reporting time zone is simple. If your business is based in India, for example, then you will be choosing reporting time zone India. If your business is based in UAE, then you will be choosing UAE or whatever. Then you leave all these check boxes checked. Do not clear them. You can read more about this later. Okay, I'll tell you how to reach this screen again after creating an account. And at the bottom, most of you must be seeing, you have access to zero accounts. The maximum is 100. We'll see that. We'll see that. I'll explain that. Okay, I'll explain that. There are ways to handle these things. So you see this. Allow me to complete, and then I'll address all these things. Okay. So look at this. What are you seeing at the bottom? You have zero accounts. The maximum is 100. In my case, you are seeing 88 accounts. What are you seeing? Everybody, tell me please. Have you reached this screen? No, no, that's what you are seeing on my screen, Somil. What are you seeing on your account? So, Mudit, you probably have one Google Analytics already. Yeah, most of you are seeing zero because you are creating your very first account. One max 50. No, I don't think 50. It should be 100. 50 is for property, Meghna. Where are you? Are you on this screen? So we can add and manage different organization here. That is the limit of 100. That's right, Imani. That's right. And I'll tell you, okay. So, no, it cannot be 50. You can add your YouTube also. You already have an account. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, so is it clear? Everybody, is that clear? That it shows you that you can have up to or a maximum 100 accounts. Now, why you need up to 100 accounts? Imagine you are an agency and you have acquired a new client. This client is already using Google Analytics, and uh, what will you do in this case? Will you request to get the access for the existing account, or you will create a new account? Tell me. Is my question clear to everyone? Your newly acquired client, your newly acquired client is already using Google Analytics. Will you create a new account or request to get the access to the existing account? Is my question clear to you, Naresh, Pooja, Priya, Viral, Wasim? Existing account. Absolutely. We will request to get the access to the existing account because we want to see what has happened in past. Huh? Because we want to know what has worked, what hasn't worked. That's the reason we really want to get access to the existing accounts. Absolutely right. So you create a new account or you get the access to an existing account. Your limit is 100. And if you are an agency, you are dealing with so many companies, right? So this is the reason you need up to 100 accounts. You need up to 100 accounts. And yeah, and if you are creating, Suraj, absolutely right. If you are creating, so you don't have historic data, first of all, isn't it? You don't have historic data, so you can't analyze anything. You can't analyze anything. You don't have any data. Uh, you can add, yes, you can add, Manvi. I'll tell you that how to add that. But YouTube has its own fantastic built-in analytics. You should rely more on that, okay, and less on Google Analytics for this. but you can still add Google Analytics as a separate property. Sorry, YouTube as a separate property to Google Analytics. I'll tell you that. Okay, just remind me. I'll tell you before break. So break will be around 11:40. Just remind me that. I'll tell you how to do that. Guys, is that clear? Are we clear so far? Are we clear so far? Now at this stage, you click on Get Tracking ID, and then you have to choose your country from here where this business is based at. And you if you love reading this, you read this. Generally people don't read and they say, okay, I accept this. Okay, and at the bottom you click I accept measurement controller, controller data protection terms for the data that I share with Google and all that. After that, Facebook uh, goof up, security goof up. Okay, at Cambridge Analytica, everybody is changing the terms and conditions, and they are going as per the European Union uh, uh, guidelines. So they are doing it because they are very strong on that. And then you say I accept. So click on I accept, guys. Do that, please. Click on I accept, and I'll tell you, when you click on I accept, what do you see in the next screen. Do that. I'll tell you what do you see in the next screen. Is this what you are seeing in the next screen? A tracking ID like this? Are you seeing a tracking ID like this? You remember in the first class I said you don't have to write any single line of code. Okay, and if you are worried about who's going to write this code, so I had said that it is generated automatically when you uh, create an account and add your property, and add your property to Google Analytics. Somil, please exit quickly and rejoin. I'm waiting for you. So do that quickly. Exit and rejoin the meeting. Okay, you are not seeing at your end, or you are not seeing my screen. Okay, let me understand that first. You haven't reached this screen. That's what you are saying. You are not. You are at the country. Okay, so select this. Scroll down, and accept that. Accept that terms and condition. Accept that terms and condition. There is no option to proceed. How's that possible? Let me see this once again. Okay, just give me a second. Let me see where you are stuck. So, have you reached this screen? Have you reached this screen? Uh, Account name, Digital Vidya, corporate website, and then you have selected category from here, and then you clicked on Get Tracking ID. Did you click Get Tracking ID? You did you click this one? Somil, I selected the option Get. Okay, you selected this one. Now you are here. Are you here on this screen? So select this one, and then at the right side you have a scroll bar. Scroll down from here. Scroll down from here, and then select this option and click on Accept. Clear? Are you clear? Are you seeing that tracking ID screen now? So where are you stuck? Okay, let's do one thing. Let me continue from here. You just observe the process, and later on you can try this, and I'll help you on that wherever you are stuck. Right? Is that okay? Otherwise, yeah, that's right. You are stuck here. Additional terms. No, what are you not able to see? I'm not sure. I said that at the right side there is a scroll bar. Can you see the scroll bar at my on my screen? This is scroll bar. You just need to use this scroll bar. Scroll down. You don't see the accept button. Okay, so do one thing. You click here. You click over here anywhere, and then use the down arrow key. Use the down arrow key. If you are not seeing this one, this is scroll bar, there is no problem. You just double click any text, and then you can scroll down, scroll up using the up and down arrow keys. Can you do this? Are you able to see this now? Are you able to see this now? Or you are still not able to see this? Raj, have you done that? Raj, have you done that? Okay, so everyone has done it. Okay, so this is the interface issue. Okay, and I'm sure you are on Windows. You are on Windows. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason. Because on Windows, this is a typical problem. It goes behind the taskbar. You must be seeing a bar like this on your Windows. Okay, on Windows that is called a taskbar. Okay, and this goes behind that taskbar, and that's what happens. Anyway, so the problem is fixed. We can proceed now, right? Okay, so let's do it a little quickly. We have wasted a lot of time tracking. Okay, so this is what you are seeing. Everybody, are you seeing this? Rashmi, Priya, everybody, Mudit, you are seeing this screen. Let me explain this part. This is your tracking ID. This tracking ID has two parts. First part is your account number. Second part is your property ID. Okay. This string is called your tracking ID. Google Analytics tracking ID. First part is this much. This is the account ID, and after the second hyphen, second dash, this is the property ID. This is the tracking code. Okay, this tracking code must be added to the head section of all the web pages that we will do at the end of the today's session. So copy it and paste it in the notepad. Okay, use a text editor. Never use MS Word kind of word processor, because if you paste the code in a word processor, it will add some invisible characters, and those characters are not allowed in code. And if you take it from word processor to your code files, this code may break. Okay, so this is why you should save this using a text editor like notepad. Okay, or if you are on Mac, you can use a text added, but make sure that in text added you change the uh, format to text. Okay, and this is what you do. You save it. Okay, this code will be added to the head section of all the web pages, and I'll tell you today how it is done. So if you add another property, the account number will remain same. The property ID number will change. It will be 2, 3, 4, and so on. How many properties we can have under one account? How many properties we can have under one account? 50. That's great. Good. You remember. So it's 100, 50, and 25. So 100 accounts, 50 properties, and 25 views. So very simple to very simple to remember this. And uh, now I want anyone who wants to do this exercise with me, who has created an account. And if you have just created the account, you didn't have account already. So who wants to do this quickly? Yeah, Asta wants to do it. Okay, Asta. So go to this screen by clicking this, and others can please observe this. Okay, you don't need to do this with me. Okay, you just observe this process. This is fairly simple. Now we are assuming Asta wants me to help analyzing her account. Okay, and Asta is already using Google Analytics. So I said, Asta, give me the access to your account. Yeah, is this is how we will be doing? Now, Asta, how Asta will give me the access? So, Asta, you go to this gear icon left at the left bottom. Now, this is called the admin link. When you click on this, a three-column structure like this is shown to you. Asta, have you reached? Have you reached here? Yeah. Okay. So everyone can go there, but don't give me the permissions. I will be telling Asta how to give me the permission. Not everyone has to give me the permission. You just observe the process. Now there are three columns. Understand it. The first column is for accounts, the companies or the organization. The second is for the selected accounts properties. So there are 89 accounts over here. There are 89 accounts, and I have selected the account called THB. This account has two properties: blog website THB and my LMS app. It has two properties. This blog website has multiple views. You can see this over here. This has multiple views. But when Asta is going to check it, Asta, what are you seeing at the left column? Everybody, what are you seeing here in the accounts column? Are you seeing the name you assigned in the in the first text box? Okay, when it was asking you the account name, so I had said that you either enter the company or the organization name you work with or you own, or enter your name, the individual's name. So what are you guys seeing over here? You can see this. Let me see what Asta has written. Asta is seeing name of my blade. No, 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 no. Write exactly what are you seeing. Write what exactly you are seeing, Asta, over here. That's right, Viral. Organization name. That's technically correct. Asta, what are you seeing here? Gift ideas for him. That is what you are seeing in the first column under accounts. Or and what are you seeing here, Asta? What are you seeing here in the second column? Your no, no. Then you have done it Viral, other way around. And reach Asta. Okay, I don't know how you have given these names, but not a problem. So you let's do one thing. So I said Asta wants me to help. Uh, uh, Asta wants me to help her. Okay, in analyzing the account. So I need access. So go to user management in the first column, Asta. Go to user management. Guys, this is the screen you use to assign rights to others. Okay, and over here you click on this add button and click on add new users. Click on add new users and type my email id over here. I am typing my email id here. Guys, don't give me the access. Let Asta do this. Only Asta do this. You will be absolutely clear with this. Asta, just give me the access. Now, what access you will be giving me? First of all, you will enter my ID here, okay, and then give me all these permissions: manage users, read and analyze, collaborate, and edit. Give me all these permissions, and I'll tell you in a while what is the difference. And click on add, and click on add. I will show you, Manvi. You have done it. Did you click add? Yeah, I got that email also. All right. So I'm canceling this one because I don't need. This is the property I manage. So Manvi, you go to this admin section by following this gear icon from here. Okay, and then you choose the account. So if you have multiple accounts and then you want to give access to a specific account, you need to choose that account from this list. So for example, I have chosen THB and then I am giving access at the account level. So I'm clicking user management, right? And then from here I'll click add button and add new users, and then I want to give access to you. Okay, so I'm saying manvi.mktg at gmail.com. Let's say this is your ID, and then I will say uh, give all the access, and I'll say add. That is how it is done. That is how it is done. Okay, is that clear? Everybody, is that clear? How do you give access? All four permissions. The differences we will be discussing in a minute. So, so this is how it is. Let me quickly check with others. Mudit, Naresh, Himangi, is that clear? Wasim, is that clear? Yeah, great, great. So please feel free wherever you want me to explain it again, because I said in the last class also what is the point of attending a live session of 3.5 to 4 hours if we still go with the doubts, right? So let's make it absolutely clear. Great. So let's continue then. Now, Asta, what was the name of your account? Vinod, I'll quickly repeat this. You know how to reach the admin panel? You know how to reach the panel? Then select your account from here and then select user management from here. And then click on this add new users. Type the email ID of the person who needs access and give all these permissions and click on add. That's how you do it. That's it. Okay. So you are seeing that it shows 89 accounts. I will reload this, and you are saying that you are seeing reach Astha over here. So there is nothing called reach Astha here. I'll reload this one by pressing Command R. This interface will be reloaded, and I'll have access now to more accounts if you have given me the permissions correctly. Can you see everyone? 90 accounts. It's not 89 now. It's 90 accounts. I got access to one more account, one more company, one more organization. The name is no, that name is not Reach Asta. This is something else. This is something else. Asta, what is the name? Gift items for him. Gift items. Okay. Gift ideas for him. Okay. Now there is a problem, guys. I tell you. I tell you. This is this is this is the is this the name of the company? Asta, is this the name of the company? Gift ideas for him. Then what is this? What is the name of the company? What is the name of the company? It should be the name of the company or the name of the individual. This is not. No, then this is wrong actually. This is wrong then. Let me correct it. Go to account settings. This is incorrect. It is a blog website. Then write blog. The sorry, not the blog. Is it a personal blog? Is it a personal blog or it is a company owned blog? It is a personal blog. Then you can write Astha here. I told you, everyone, that the account name must be either the name of the company or organization you work with or own, or it must be the name of the individual. So this should be Astha, not gift ideas for him. That's the blog name. And then reload it because it's not going to change. Let's reload this. Can you see this? Now it is correct. Astha. Now Astha is saying reach Astha Sharma. This is again incorrect. Let's go to property settings and correct it. It should be gift ideas for him. Is that clear now? Everybody and Asta, is this clear? Is this clear now? And I am saying save. So did you know what Asta didn't do right? It was the naming convention she did not follow. Okay, it's because she's doing it very first time. So this is okay, absolutely fine. There is no problem. uh, I just want you to know that it is the name of the company or the individual's name, and this is your name of the website. It can be corporate website, it can be e-commerce website, it can be as she has written gift ideas for him, or it can be a blog. Instead of writing gift ideas for him, Asta, you can write blog also over here. Blog dash gift ideas for him. So that will help you. Now let's say you are setting up another website, okay, and this is an e-commerce website. So you can write that e-com or my money site, and this it is again same gift ideas for him. This is how you are going to do it, right? All right, so let's discuss it uh, further. And yes, you can do that, Himani. I'll tell you that. That's right. That's right, Viral. But please post it to everyone. What you have said is absolutely right and relevant to everyone. Post it to everyone, not just me. In the property name, you should write the website or YouTube or any other thing. That's right. Absolutely right. You got it correct. So when you add a property to an account, there is a report set, a view called all website data. Okay. Now I tell you the problems with this approach. Astha wanted me to help her. Okay. And then I helped her, let's say, for some time. And then we had disagreement on something, and we don't want to work with each other. And I thought that I have helped her, and I think it is my effort, and I don't want her to enjoy whatever I have done on this analytics account. Okay, I am not a very professional person. Okay, and so this may happen with everyone, right? So let's assume that I am somebody who's not very professional. So what I'll do, and I want to teach Asta a lesson, huh? That how dare you. And then what I'll do, I'll go to user management, and I will remove Asta from here. Did you see this, how dangerous it is? Now Asta, you no longer have access to your account. Now you approach Google, file a case against me, do whatever you want. Okay? But you don't have access. You have lost it. Everybody, did you see this, how dangerous it is? How dangerous it is? So this is the reason I said you must understand how user permissions work. Okay. So first of all, never give anybody access at the account level, and especially the manage users. Okay. If you are giving someone access, let's understand the different permission levels. Manage user is a super user account. Okay, you should not give this permission to anyone, because with this permission the other guy can remove you from your own account. So you keep it with you, and whenever you need to add more people, you will not be doing this every day. You will not be adding thousands of people every day. So it is not something that you do on everyday basis. So you can do it anytime you need to add a new account. You need a new user. You want to add a new user to your account, you can do it yourself. Don't give this manage user permission to everyone or anyone. Now, what is the added permission? If someone has at account level added permission, this person can add more properties to it. Okay, so Asta, I am adding one property for you. Should I? Because Himani, I am also the owner now. I also have i also have the manage user permissions. So I am another super user, and I can remove other super user. That's the reason. So I am adding another property. Let's say this is Asta's e-commerce website. See why I am able to do it? Because I have the added permission at the account level. So let's say we write it e-commerce website, and I am saying www Astha, uh, Astha Creations, something like that. Okay, .com. And then let's say Astha is selling something on arts and entertainment, and this business is based in India. So that's how we are doing it. See, Google has and okay. So allow me to complete this. I'll answer all these questions. So get tracking ID. Now you see we have added another property to the account. Okay, so we have two properties now. The second property is number two. The account number is same, the property number is 2. This tracking code is exactly same than what we saw previously, except this tracking ID at two places. So now to the new website you will be adding this code and not the other one. Otherwise the tracking data will be sent to the previous property, the blog one, and not to the e-commerce one. So this is how you add more properties to your accounts. Are we clear, everyone? Are we clear how to add more properties? Yes? Okay. And then whenever you add a property, a view called all website data is added. Now, why I am able to do this? Why I could do this? Okay, or how I could do this? Because Astha gave me added permissions at the account level. Okay, so do not give added permissions. Okay, give permissions of read and analyze only. So when you give read and analyze permissions, uh, when you give read and analyze permissions, then this person will able to read and analyze and help you. Won't be able to add more users or remove other users, or may not be able to make any configuration changes in your analytics account. You wanted me to help you in analyzing. Okay, you don't want me to edit anything, you don't want me to manage users, so don't give. Collaborate is when you are creating custom dashboards like that we will see later. Okay, and I recommend that there is no need to give collaborate also to start with. Start with only read and analyze. Guys, are we clear on this? Are we absolutely clear with the permissions? Are we absolutely clear with the permissions? Right? Okay, now a little more about the permission. If you give access at the account level, so this, even if you are giving the read and analyze, you are giving read and analyze permission only, but you are giving at the account level. So what is happening, because of it, you are giving access to all the properties you have. How many properties one account can have? Up to 50. So if you have multiple properties and you wanted this person to help only on one website, okay, you wanted him to help on one website, but what did you do by mistake? Because you gave access at the account level, now this person has access to all the properties. Is this clear? Are we clear? If you are giving access at the account level, you are giving access to all the properties. If you want to limit this person to one property, do not give access at the account level, give access at the property level. This is very important to understand. You have to limit this person to one property. If you are an agency, you have, let's say, 100 accounts, and under each account you have average 5 properties. Okay, I'm just making this for you. So you give access to one account. Now what you are doing, actually, you are by mistake giving access to 5 properties. You don't want this person to access this account, right? All the properties, just one. So give the access at this, and permission levels are same. However, manage user is not dangerous over here, because now this person has managed user permission at the property level, so he cannot remove you. He cannot remove you, but still I recommend you do not give this access. Okay, and do not give edit also, unless you understand this person understands Google Analytics really well and will not do anything deliberately or by mistake that will lead to some data loss or some other kind of issue. Now, I tell you what happened last week or a few days ago. One of our clients, the team member, called me, and then she said that we are not able to, access our account with added permissions. We can only read and analyze, and we were able to do it earlier. Okay, then I said that who else has this access? So she said I have no idea. So what had happened, somebody who had the access, they removed their admin access, okay, and then removed probably themselves also, or probably didn't remove themselves, but they were, since they don't have access at the account level, they have only access at the view level, so they are not able to see who else has the access. So this is the problem. So ultimately, what happened? They had to approach Google, and Google gets this kind of cases several every day. Okay, it's a free service. Why they will be entertaining everyone, and they will be doing it at their own pace. So this is still pending. They're still struggling with this. They have provided all the documents that they own this account, this is their website, this is their account, and all that. They provided all that documentation. It is still pending. So you see how painful it is if you do it absolutely wrong, right? So this is one thing. Now, I said that at the view level, okay, when you add a property, for example, uh, as Astha added this blog website, okay, and then a new view called all website data, a default view called all website data was automatically added. Then I added a property called e-commerce website, and then a new view called all website data added over here for this e-commerce website. So every time you add a property, a new view. Now, you must rename this view. You must rename this view. So I'm doing this, Asta, for you on your blog website. I'm renaming this. Go to view settings, and you call it raw data view. All website data should be renamed as raw data view, and you save it. Okay, you save it. Now, once we have done this, okay, you reload this. You reload this. Otherwise, this will be appearing as all website data only. So to refresh it, you reload the page, and I'll take all your questions that you have posted. Don't worry. Okay, allow me to complete this much. Otherwise, we will be exceeding the time. So raw data view. Now you have to add two more views, minimum two. So click on create view, and then first view that you will be adding is your master data view. You call it master data view, and then choose reporting time zone where this business is based at. Vinod, I remember your question, so don't worry, I'll answer that as well. Create view. Okay, add another view, and this view will be called test data view. Test view, test data, or test data view, whatever you want to call it. All of them are fine. India, that's what I'm choosing, and create view. Now you can see this. We have created three views so far. We can still add 22 more views. Now, why test view? Because all your experiments will be on the test data view. For example, you want to test a filter. Never do this on master data view. Experiment here in test data view. And if you get the desired results, then apply the same filter on master data view. Is that clear? All experiments, all testing will be on test data view, because once the data is processed, it cannot be reprocessed. Everybody, is that clear? Once the data is processed, it cannot be reprocessed. You get it? No, you can't do that. Every property has its own views. It's every property has its own set of views. So every time it's a repetitive process, Manvi. If you have multiple properties, you'll have to create these views separately for all those properties, right? Viral, what do you want me to repeat? Manvi, does that answer your question? Viral, what do you want me to repeat? Master and raw. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. This is the naming convention. You must follow it. Yeah, Viral, I'll tell you. So I'll repeat that anyways. Don't worry. So I said when you create a property, a view called all website data is added for you that must be renamed as raw data view. See, Google Analytics does not provide you any kind of backup. So if you experiment, if you want to experiment, okay, so you create a view for that and you call it test data view. For example, you want to create a filter to test how to exclude data from a particular IP address, okay, and this IP address is of your office location. Would you like to experiment on your main view like master data? No, you want to experiment over here first. If you know that you have implemented it correctly, then you will apply it on the master data. Viral, is that clear? Why test view is required? So any kind of experiments will be on test view. Now, raw data is a view that you are never going to touch. It is your backup. You will not be applying any filter on the raw data view. Okay, never ever touch raw data, because for any reason anything goes wrong with your other main views like master data, you have at least unfiltered data in raw data view, and you can take that data from there to understand and analyze it. Is that clear? Are we clear absolutely why we need multiple views? Minimum 3. Yeah, okay. Now you may require more views. I tell you why you need more views. We have discussed this in our first class also. Let's say you want to exclude a traffic which is originating from your office location, and you know that the team sitting at your office location is not your target audience. Yes, we all agreed on this in the last class, and we wanted a report set in which we want to exclude this traffic originating from office location. So for that purpose, we will create a new view. I will call this view, create new. I will call this view real users exclude office traffic. Is it a self-explanatory name? Business is based in India. I'm saying India. Is this a self-explanatory name? Is this telling you that you are excluding office traffic in this view, and then you create view? Okay. And then another view you will be creating, and you will call this view only office traffic only. Is this a self-explanatory name? Is this telling you that expect data in this report, in this view set, only from this IP address or these IP addresses of the office? So this is only the office traffic. This is only the office traffic. I showed you this in the last class. How it will be done using filters, I'll tell you. Not right now. Okay, not right now. Yeah, you can create copies of view. That's a good question, Meghna. So let's say you have set up one view and you want to make a copy of it. You can do that. For that, you have to select the view from your view list and then go to view settings, and then you can click on copy view. Okay. So when you click on copy view, you can rename it from here and then you simply click copy view. But the point is, you will not get the historic data in this. In the newly created views, you will whether you are creating it by clicking the create view or by copying an existing view. If you are copying an existing view, it will take all the settings of your existing view, but it will not give you the historic data. It is always now onwards. It is always now onwards. Suraj, purpose of copy view is that you have defined goals, you have applied filters, and you don't want to do again and again. So you will set up one view and then you will copy it. Okay, and then you will make the desired changes. So since you have, let's say, defined 12 goals, okay, and you want all the goals in the new view also, but different filters. So you copy it, remove the filter and apply a new filter, but the goal settings are exactly same as the other one. Is that clear, Suraj? Yeah, so this is again a good question, Suraj. Thank you for asking that. That why copy a view? Yeah, so that's a good question. So all right, and Mohit is saying if we go wrong with an experiment, we can always delete the sample view and create a new one, right? No, there is no worry about. You don't have to worry about it, Mohit, because if anything goes wrong, this is your test view. Well, it makes no difference. You can continue with that. Yeah, you can continue with that. And there are, you can create 25 views. Most organizations don't need 25 views. So you can create two or three test views. Okay, you can create two or three or more test views for all kind of experiments. Yeah, is that clear? Yeah, great. So let's continue. So this is the purpose. You will be creating more views. Now let's say we talked about this. Okay, do you want more examples? Do you want more examples to understand views, the purpose of views, or we are all clear? We are all clear with the concept of a view or report set. You're clear? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't need more examples? Okay. So let's say, okay, let me give one more. Let's say uh, there is my fake company. Okay. And this fake company is headed by Suraj. Yeah. How are you feeling, Suraj, now? It's a big company, and it has pan India operations. And Suraj has divided this into four regions, four territories. And we call it a northern region, and we call it southern region, and we call it eastern or east region, and the western region, right? Now, let's say northern region is headed by Viral, and the southern region is headed by Meghna, and the eastern region is, let's say, uh, headed by Pooja, right? And then western region is headed by Wasim. So this is how it is. Okay, so this is how it is. So there are four regional managers. Now, as the head of the company, Suraj doesn't want Viral to access data originating from southern region or any other regions. Suraj wants Viral to focus only on northern region, or want him to want Viral have limited access to the northern region only. Is this a company requirement? Can this be sometimes a company requirement, that you don't want your regional managers to get access to other regions' data? Can this be a requirement sometimes, as a company policy? As a company policy, it can be. Okay, if it is not a company policy, okay, even then you require sometimes. Why you require, I tell you. You do not want, okay, it is not that you don't want Viral to access the data originating from southern region, or other regional managers to access the other regions other than their own. There's no problem, but you want these guys to focus only on this traffic. You want Viral to focus only on the user behavior of northern state users, the conversion patterns of all these users from northern states of India, so that you can come up with more schemes, you can come up with more marketing ideas, you can come up with more strategies which is focusing only on northern states. Because you already know, this thing, that people behavior is different. It's a vast geography. People in north are very different from the people in south, and people in east, okay, in east India, they are, or the northeast India, they're very different than the people in the western India. Is that correct? Is that correct? If you know that I am from North India. When I go to South India, okay, although there are a lot of things which are common, and that the common thing connects all of us. Okay, but there are differences. There are differences. So these are personal choices. These are preference based differences. So the user behavior would be different, the conversion behavior would be different, and sometimes you are not focusing on the very large scale or very large geography. You are focusing on smaller areas, or you are focusing on major cities, metropolis, and you are focusing on B town. So this is how it is. So you know, some part are spending a lot, some part are not spending that much. Okay, so you know the average ticket size for one particular geography is very high, and whereas it is very low for other geographies. So it depends how do you need it. So anyways, coming back to this, so this is the reason you will be creating it, and then you will be limiting this person. Now I'll create only one. I will not be creating four views, so I'm creating one. Let's call it northern region, and I'll tell you later how to apply the filter to limit the data. And I'm saying, because this business is based in India, let's create this view. So we have created a northern view, northern region view. Now using a filter, we will limit the data. I'll tell you that later, okay, how to limit this data. And then you want to restrict this person, you want to restrict Viral only to this view. So you will be giving Viral access at the user management of the view, at the view level. And let us say Viral's ID is viral.mktg@gmail.com, and then you want him to get only the read and analyze, and that's it. That's it. You will say add. Everybody, is that clear? So by assigning permissions at the view level, you restricted Viral at one particular view. Now Viral cannot access other views. And to limit the data, we will be applying filters that we will see in a while. Is that clear? Are we now clear, absolutely clear with the Google hierarchy, Google Analytics account hierarchy? Did I give you enough examples? Did I give you enough examples? Okay, all right. Okay, so one final thing about the hierarchy, just go through it. So this is your account hierarchy. Google Analytics account is simply a logical way for a business to group data from all of its digital assets together. You know, this account is on top. Then you have properties under account. You can see this. This approach makes it easy to view the data from an individual digital asset. And then you have something called views. A view can be understood as or can be defined as a unique perspective of the data from a parent property. We know that because depending upon your configuration settings, the data will be changing, will be different, varying in different views. So you can say it's a unique perspective of the data from a parent property. So this is about the Google Analytics hierarchy. We'll see the navigation, how to navigate Google Analytics account now. Okay, but one last thing related to this, let me ask you a question so that I am sure you understand. You understand the concept of accounts and properties really well. Let me ask you a question. Just give me a second, please. Where is? Okay, so eBay has many websites. For example, ebay.com is their global website targeting primarily United States. Okay, ebay.com. Then they have a website for UK. So this is primarily targeting UK, ebay.co.uk. You can see the products are different, offerings are different. You can see that. Then you can see ebay.in, okay, targeting India, products, offerings different. Okay, now tell me, if you are eBay, will you create one account and add three properties, or you will create three accounts and add these websites as a property under those accounts? What will you do? Which one is correct? eBay as account, then ebay.com, ebay.co.uk, ebay.in, or you will say ebay.com, ebay.com, another ebay.co.uk, ebay.co.uk, and then eBay India and ebay.in. eBay United Kingdom. How will you do? How will you do this? Which one is correct? Which approach is correct? Three accounts and one property under each account. No, that's wrong. One account, three properties. One account, three properties. One account, three properties. Is that clear? Is that clear? This is how it is going to be. Any doubt, tell me please. See, they are of the same company. So you need to create only one account and then you add three different properties to it. Are we clear? This approach makes it easier to view the data in the logical manner. Okay, you don't have to do anything else beyond this. Okay, and if you are using Google Analytics 360, the paid tool, you can create roll up reporting also. Okay, so if you are interested, you can check about Analytics 360 roll up reporting. Okay, so that's the advantage of Analytics 360. Okay, but in most cases, for many organization, it is not required. All right, so let's come to this navigating Google Analytics reports. So we'll be familiar with the standard report layout and report organization, and we will see how this interface has been designed. And within this, there are many useful tools that you can use to get deeper insight about your business. So we'll be doing all these things. Okay, so instead of going through these slides, let's do it directly on our account. Now, this is an old interface. Okay, so the interface of Google Analytics has changed now. So I'll explain you all these elements quickly. Break will be around 11:40 for 20 minutes. Okay, so this is called account selector. This is called account selector on left top. You can choose an account to analyze the data, and then you can select the property of that account, and then you can select a view to see the reports. For example, if I want to analyze an account called THB, so I will scroll down and I will look at this one. This is the one account. This is the account I want to analyze. And under this, I want to analyze this blog website. And the view I am selecting is master data. So this is how you use the account selector. This is called account selector. You can also use the search feature directly. So you can type your account's name or property name directly here, and it will be listed over here. For example, if I write demo, so you will see a list of accounts where the demo word is part of that account name. You can see over here, and then you can directly choose it. So depending upon how do you want to use it, okay, you can. I mean, that's your personal choice. You want to use search or you want to go this way. So account selector. Now after account selector, this is called left navigation. This is called left navigation. This has many sections. Okay, and you can search directly for any report. You want to reach a report directly, you can search over here. For example, you want to reach this uh, all page views, all pages. So you can type this one, right? So and you will get it directly. So this is the search for left hand navigation. And then it has something called home. So home gives you the glimpse of your entire property view that you have selected. Since we have not discussed any report in detail, we will be skipping this. But let me tell you a few things about it. It tells you that on this website currently there is one user. Okay, and these are the some of the reports from different sections. You can see different sections: real time, audience, acquisition, behavior, and conversion. So this one is from the audience reports. It is telling you how many users in the last 7 days, how many sessions, what's the bounce rate, and what is the session duration. So this is for last 7 days. You can change it to any predefined period from here. There are many predefined periods, or you can choose a custom date range from this calendar component. Okay. or the date selector. So this is I have already said this, that this is the glimpse of your entire view for the last 7 days or whatever date you have selected, date range you have selected. Since we have not discussed these reports in detail, we can simply ignore it for some time. Okay, and once we are done our discussion of the reports in detail, you can come back to this section and you can have a look at it. And then you have something called real time. We have already seen real time with our dummy account Peter Pan writes. Okay, we have done that. We saw what pages you are on, we saw what locations you are from, we saw what devices you are using and who brought you to the website and all that. So you can see all these things under real time. The audience report is it's all about your audience finding new targeting opportunities. So let's understand this interface first, and we will start with audience overview report. Every section like real time, audience acquisition, behavior, conversion have overview report. Overview report gives you the idea about your traffic on your website. So let's say we are choosing a historic period. This is called the date picker, date selector, or the calendar component. So it has predefined periods like today, or yesterday, last week, last month, last 7 days, last 30 days. If you are not interested in any predefined period, you can choose custom and you can select a custom date range. So for example, I'm interested in discussing with you the January 2016 data. Okay, so I will choose January 1 to January 31 and I'll say apply, because I want to show you this data only. Okay, and this is a historic period. Okay, now over here this is called time graph. This is a line chart and these are the data points. So data points can be day wise, hourly, weekly, or monthly. So these data points are, because we have selected day, this is the default one. So these data points are for the metric called users. Okay, and if I hover over any, it says that you had 1110 users on the website on Wednesday 6 January 2016. And by looking at the data points, we know this is the day we had maximum traffic, we had maximum users. So this is how it is helping you to understand visually. 1132 users on your website on 25th January, that is Monday. Okay, and if you switch to hourly, if it will tell you data for that doesn't matter, Wasim. That doesn't matter because it can be any, it can be any website. It can be any website. Okay, for I think it is why it is not showing us data. If I am seeing at day level, I think some this data retention settings is creating problem. I think. Let me see some other account. That is strange. Uh, Demo account, Google's demo account, master data. If I go to hourly, it has this data. I think it is because of the data retention. Yeah, probably that's the reason actually. They have changed their policies. I need to check in some other account if I'm able to see this data. Yeah, I think there is some problem. There is some problem. This is not showing us any data. But we are seeing this when we are switching to day. So probably it's because of those changes going on Google Analytics about data retention. Yeah, yeah, that is amazing, low Mohit. That's right. That's right. Okay, so let's analyze this hourly data points in Google's demo store, merchandise store. So you can see the maximum traffic in 1 hour was at midnight on 15th January. There were 294 users in this 1 hour on the website. Are we clear how to check the data points, how to find how much traffic we had in one particular hour? If you limit it to, let's say, 25th January, okay, just one day, and you stick to hourly, You will see this is how your traffic is moving. At midnight 41, 44 at 1 a.m., between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., between 2 and 3, 53, and the maximum traffic was between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., 168 users on the website. Are we clear? Are we clear? Yeah, I will zoom in. Sure, Priya, I will zoom in. You can see this. 168 users between 10 and 11 a.m. So that was the maximum. This is the highest number of users, or you can think of number of you can think of as traffic on your website in 1 hour. And this is the for 25th January. This is for 25th January. You can have a different metric on this. Instead of users, you want to know the sessions. Okay, so how the sessions are moving. You can see this. You can see this 164 sessions at 10 a.m., 133 sessions at 11 a.m., and all that. Okay, now let's choose a bigger date range. Let's choose once again from 1st January to 31st January. Apply 2016. We are looking at the historic data. This doesn't make any difference. Maximum traffic was at maximum sessions were at midnight, 297 sessions. Now you can have two metrics over here. Two metrics. So let's say I'm choosing users, the default one, and instead of hourly, I am going to the daily data points, and then I'm adding another metric over here called sessions to compare to or to see a correlation over here. Now everyone, you see this. Are you seeing a correlation over here? When you had higher number of users, your sessions were more. If you had lower number of users, you had less sessions. Can you see a clear correlation over here? How users and sessions are in sync, are in sync. Can you see that correlation clearly over here? So you can have two metrics on the time graph and you can compare them. Another good example of this, you are thinking, so this is your assumption that if people are spending more time on your website, yeah, uh, if if people are spending more time on your website, they are viewing more pages. Is that a correct assumption? If I am spending more time on a website, probably I am viewing more pages. If somebody else is spending less time, so probably viewing less pages per session. That's right, Meghna. Viewing less pages in that particular session. So we can assume that there is a correlation, and probably people will be viewing more pages when they are spending more time. So let's validate this. Okay. So session duration, average session duration, and pages, average pages per session. We can see this. Now you can see this is not as clear as users versus session. But yes, of course, there is a correlation. There is a correlation. It cannot be completely wrong. People are spending more time, they are viewing more pages. Is this clear, everyone? Is this clear? Are we clear with this? Can we all use Priya, Pooja, Mudit, Manvi, Himangi, everybody Asta? Can we use this? Wasim, Vinod, can we use this? Are we clear? Okay. Now I am removing this one, the pages per session, and I am also removing this one, and I am going back to the users, the default metric on this time graph. And I'm seeing that the maximum traffic was on 25th January for some reason, and I know this reason today. Okay, so it's a good idea to add small notes to your graph analysis. So this is called adding annotation to your analysis. What is this called? Adding annotation to your analysis, and you add annotation from here. From here, this is this one is for adding annotation, and then you have a button called create new annotation, and we are talking about 25th January. So I'll choose this date from this calendar component, 25th January. And I'm assuming, not assuming, I know that we had good traffic on the website because we had a successful FB campaign that drove a lot of traffic on our website. Okay, now This is 28th January. Sorry. Okay, let's make it 28th January, not 25th. This is 25th. Sorry. Let's make it 28th. 28th January. So on 28th January, we can say we had a successful campaign. We had a successful campaign, FB campaign, that drove a lot of traffic on our website. And then I'll say shared or private, whatever. Now, then I will save it. Then I will save this annotation. So, whenever I am analyzing this date range, I will see this annotation added over here. Can you see this one? Can you see this one? This little icon over here. It tells you that there is a small note. There is an annotation. Now, if I added this, I can share it or I can keep it private. If I share, then anybody who has access to this view will be able to see this annotation. If I keep it private, only me, so I am over here logged in as Raju.Sharma. You can see this ID. Only this person, when this person is logged in or this ID is logged in, will be able to see this annotation or this small note. So sometimes you want to keep it private, okay, and sometimes you want to share it with others who have access to the view. Are we clear with the annotation, the importance of the annotation? Yes, because today you know what caused the high bounce rate. Today you know what gave you the maximum conversion. Today you know why you had maximum traffic from one particular geography. Or today you know why the bounce rate was high from the mobile devices. So you can add it as annotation, and later on this will help you to understand what has worked, what hasn't worked, and all that, all those small notes. And I don't think, Meghna, you can see that. No, no, no. You can't see that. When you select a date range, there you only see beneath the time graph. Yeah, Meghna. Okay. So okay, and then these are the users matrix, new users, sessions. Is there anything I need to explain you here? We all understand all this. We all understand these things, isn't it? So these are the reports, and you can see this is the language report under demographics. It is showing you only the 10 records. To view the full report, you have to click view full report from here. And when you click view full report, it will take you to geo and language report. And if you click country and you click view full report, it will take you to geolocation report where the primary dimension is country. So we'll not be discussing this thing because we will be discussing these reports in detail. So anytime you are interested in this summary, you can come back to the overview report. So this is it before the break. And if you have any queries, let me know. Okay, and we'll reconnect at 12:05 my time, 20 minutes from now. Any queries before that, let me know. Any queries before that, let me know. No queries? Great. So enjoy your coffee. Yes, Manvi, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you. What you can do, you can go to the admin, and then you can create a new property. You can call it your YouTube channel. Give your YouTube channel URL here, and then click on get tracking ID. So it, first of all, it should be added as a new property. Then copy the tracking ID only from the next screen. On YouTube, how it will be done on YouTube, let me show you. Just a second. Yeah, just a second. So I am wondering. Okay, one second. So yeah, so this has loaded, and you can see this Creator Studio over here. Look at this one, Creator Studio. You go to Creator Studio, and in Creator Studio, you go to Channel. In Creator Studio, you go to Channel, and you go to Advanced. What I did, sorry. Channel and Advanced, and scroll down. Over here, you just add your tracking ID, just the tracking ID, not the code. Is that clear? Is that clear how you add YouTube as a property to Google Analytics? So you go to Creator Studio from here, okay, and then you come to Channel, Advanced, and you just add it. Make sure you are not using your website's tracking ID over here. You are not using your website's tracking ID over here. You have created a new property for your YouTube channel. You cannot add Facebook. You cannot add Facebook as a property. You cannot add your Twitter handle uh, as a Google Analytics property. You cannot add your LinkedIn profile or LinkedIn pages, company pages, as the Google Analytics property, because you can't add tracking ID uh, to those social platforms. Okay, but you can, using UTM parameters, you can track all the traffic coming from your social properties. Yeah, no, nothing. Google, the YouTube is an exception. Blogger is an exception because they are Google's own product. Okay, and WordPress.com you can add, but I told you that. That you have to pay these guys 10,000 rupees per annum. Then only you can do that. So this is the reason I suggested you use Blogger and not WordPress. That we will talk in the at the end of today. End of today. Is that clear? Mudit, we will be talking about that today at the end of the session, not right now. Okay, so it's 11:48. So let's do one thing. I give you 2 minutes bonus. So 10 past 12. Yeah. Blogger is free, yes. So 10 past 12, 22 minutes now. Enjoy 2 extra minutes. Blogger tutorial video link I can give you here. This. So first of all, this is the difference between the Google Analytics 360, and you want to know more about 360, you can read the comparison here. And then you have this blogger tutorial video. You have this blogger tutorial video. Okay. Okay, I will share this file only to those who submit the feedback every day. So at the end of the fourth session, I will see how many of you have submitted the feedback all the times, and then I'll share it with them. Is it a deal? Huh, Viral? Yes, it's a deal, right? I'll share all the links, if you submit feedback in all the sessions. See, it's not that you submit a good feedback. You submit an honest feedback. If you don't like what I'm teaching, or at the pace I'm explaining, or the way I am explaining, so you write that honestly. But I need the feedback. Okay, so all the links, you can see it's a long file. I'll give you all the links, right? All the links, all those links are for you. Only if you submit the feedback. Yes. Okay, great. So we'll do this. Cool. So enjoy your coffee now. Bye bye. Welcome back, guys. Please quickly confirm if you are on your systems. Okay, and then we can continue our discussion. Okay. So before the break, we started. discussing the uh, part navigating Google Analytics reports, to be familiar with this interface and using those useful tools. So we have just started, and we'll see a lot more about it. Okay? So let's come back to our account that we were analyzing. Okay, so let's go to, yeah, audience overview report here. Yeah, and the next is to understand this. The geolocation report. This is really interesting. Why it is interesting? Because it shows you the traffic on your website. Okay, this is the heat map basically. Okay, this is a heat map. Oh, okay. I think this data retention policy has done something wrong with this. Let me check another account. Give me a second, please. This is surprisingly not showing the data. That's very strange here. One second. I'm checking some other account. I can see data there. Yeah, I think some issue. Some issue. One second. Give me a second, please. Let me have a look at another account. I can show you data from. Yeah, I'm still looking for it. One second. What is wrong with this? All right. Okay, so this is because of this retention policy. We are not able to see this user data, but that's okay. That's okay. So we will continue with Google's demo account. It's okay. So we were talking about geolocation report, yeah, and uh, okay. Even here we are not able to see this historic data. Let's check this for January 18. That's okay then. Something going on Google because of this retention policy. I was able to see this data sometime back, and it's now not appearing. Very strange. I had applied do not expire explicitly. Okay, just to tell you because it has come into the discussion, I tell you if you go to any account and this one and you go to tracking info, there is something called data retention. Google is showing you in yellow uh, bar, a big yellow bar, that you may change the retention period of data that you send that is associated with cookies, user identifiers, or advertising identifiers. These controls do not affect most standard reporting, which is based on aggregate data. Changes to the settings take effect after 24 hours. So now these settings will take effect on 25th of May. So 25th May, I think the time has changed in the US also. UTC 0, 10:30. Yeah. So I set it explicitly that do not automatically expire. Okay. Select the length of the time for which you want to retain user data. Uh, Yeah, Priya, that's right. So I had done it, but strangely, I am not seeing I'm still not seeing my data. Okay, I don't know what is wrong with this, so we'll have to write to Google. Okay, because as you can see, I have done this. Don't automatically expire. Still, we are not able to see. Anyways, that's a separate story. But thanks to Mark Zuckerberg, everywhere this is what is happening. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And a lot of credit goes to Zuckerberg also, isn't it? He was busy coding Zarves. Have you seen that? That he. How many of you are Marvel Studio movies fan here? Captain America. Yeah. So you know the Zarves. Yeah. So uh, this Zuckerberg uh, coded uh, his own Zarves. Okay. Somebody's mic is on. Somebody's mic is on. Let me mute all of you once again. So if you check that, yeah, this one. So personal assistant, the Mark Zuckerberg. So he was busy coding this. Yeah. So he was busy coding this for a year, and he had no clue.
Hey, it's Ryan Levesque here, and over the past few days, I've had many students reach out to me and my team to find out if there is a way to get
Anyway, so
trained
let's
up to
come back to
implement
our
the ask method for other.
let's come back to our discussion here. You can check this one later on. Okay. So what I was telling you, this location report. Okay. So here we are here in the location report to understand the interface in a much better way. And as you can see, the primary dimension selected is country. This is called a heat map, and you can see the darker shade of this color, which tells you that the higher number, okay, darker the color, uh, higher the number. For the selected metric, the selected metric is users, and unlike the time graph, there is only one. There is only one metric. You cannot have two metric on the time graph on this map on this map. So you can see the maximum traffic, okay, or the maximum users were from United States in the period of January 2018. Yeah, and this is 29,295. That's what you can see on this bar also. 29,295. If I hover over United States on the map, it shows you the maximum value. That's why this is darkest. This is called heat map. Okay, and if you go to Canada, this is 2,234. If you go to India, this is slightly darker than the Canada because more sessions from India, and you can see India is position 2, then Canada, sorry, United Kingdom, and then Canada. You can see this how it is it is difficult to spot United Kingdom on the world map, but here it is 3006 users from UK in January 2018. All right. So this is how it works, and you can change the primary dimension from here. All of you remember the dimension is nothing but it is the way of categorizing the data, the way you look at the reports. So the aggregate data is of 70,384 users, and all these aggregate values you can see. If I simply change the metric, if I go to if I simply change the dimension, if I go to city, the aggregate data is still same 70,384 users and all other aggregate numbers values over here. But this categorization has changed. You can see Mountain View, New York, San Francisco, Sunnyvale, London, San Jose. You can see the traffic from these places. And let's do one thing. Let's do this on that blog website only. Yeah, because there is one interesting example I would like to show you here. Let us see if see, don't worry about the data. We don't have much data. It's a thin website. It doesn't have very high traffic. Okay, but still, this is okay if we look at the report, because reading report method will be same. You can see this is the problem actually. Data retention, because of the data retention policy, we are not able to see any data over here. Okay, for the users. Okay, we can see the goal values, however. Okay, and we can see the session details and all that. Yeah, so goal it's because I need to uh, sort it on sessions, then you will be able to see some goals over here. So it's not storing the user data anymore. Okay, so it's because it has truncated the data prior to 26 months. But anyways, we can still see a lot of things over here. And let's check it for some other period instead of January. Let's try for March if we have some data here. Not even for March. No. What about April? Okay. What about June? Okay, then we will have to wait for this, because this is not even 26 months data. So there's some other issue. Okay. Anyways, then we'll continue with this. No problems. Okay. So this is for January 2018 data in Google Merchandise Store, and then this is sorted on users. As you can see, this down arrow, this is sorted on users in descending order. You can change this sorting on anything. You can sort it, for example, on bounce rate. Now you tell me, is this bounce rate is panicking? 100% bounce rate. Is this is panicking? What is horribly wrong that people are bouncing back at 100%? Is it something horribly wrong? Is there anything wrong with the website that why people are going back at 100% rate? Yes. So this indicates a problem. How many of you agree that this indicates a problem? How many of you agree? Yeah, site loading time, it could be the reason. Absolutely. Yeah, you agree with this. Okay, but I tell you that there is nothing to worry about it. How many days period we are checking over here? 31 days. And in 31 days, how many users and how many sessions? Just one. Can you see this? Can you see this? Just one. Do you think it is something that you should worry about it? Have you ever heard about this city? Oranjestad. I don't know what is that. Yeah, and this some assassin city, huh? I don't know how to say that. It looks like a lot of assassins are there, huh? And Junin, I don't know what is that. Okay, So it is coming from some cities that probably uh, they're not your target audience, right? So there's nothing to panic about it. Is that clear, everyone? There's nothing to panic. Is that clear? Got it? All right. Now let's 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 sort it on e-commerce conversion rate, and I'm sorting it on descending order. 100% conversion rate. Do you think it's a good idea now? You remember our example when we saw Bangalore as an opportunity, Mumbai and Chennai as an opportunity because of the higher conversion rate and the higher transaction value, and we all agreed that they are the geographies we should be targeting to acquire more visitors. Does the same logic apply here? Are we seeing opportunity here? Fantastic conversion rate, acquire more users, and then you can increase your revenue. Yes, do we all agree? Do we all agree? Then again you missed something. Then you missed something. Look at the number of sessions. Look at the number of users. Do you think it is a good idea to even think about it in just it is just one user in 31 days from some place called Whistler. I don't know that. What is that? And Kawartha Lakes. I don't know what is that. Yeah. So you can see this. Just one. Is Does this make sense if you run a paid campaign to acquire more users? Does this make any sense? No. It is just one user in 31 days. This makes no sense at all. Ignore it. Ignore it. So before you conclude anything, make sure the period you have checked. If it is a longer period and the number of sessions or the number of users are very low, then you can leave it. You can ignore it. What are you saying, Priya? How they collected conversion sign up forms or traffic? Okay, so that we'll talk about later. Okay, not right now. Not right now. So is this, are we clear so far? Priya, are you clear? Are you clear what I'm saying here? As long as we are okay with this discussion, we are good. All these questions keep on posting. They will be answered automatically. Don't worry. It's happening through the e-commerce conversion tracking. Yeah. So you have to implement e-commerce conversion tracking. Then only you will be able to see this data. That we will see later. And for goal conversion, we will do that in the next class. Okay, we will do the cover this part of defining goal conversions in the next class. So this is how it is. Now sorting is clear to everyone. Is sorting clear to everyone? How to sort in ascending descending order? This is a toggle button. Your column title or metric title is the toggle button. You click it once, it sorts it in ascending. You click it again, it sorts in descending. Now, how about the data which is which we want to temporarily filter to understand a little better about your audience? Okay, let's see if we have some data here. What is happening? Again, some issue. Okay, so I said this is a thin website, but this is still not a problem. Now we want to filter apply a filter on this temporary filter uh, to see their data only from, let's say, New York, or only from, let's say, Bangalore, or maybe from London. So you can type it over here, your primary dimension value, and this will show you this. So let's say London. I'm just typing London, and you will see the record wherever the name contains London. Okay, and you add a secondary dimension called country to see if it is the same city appearing again and again. Okay, and you will see that this London is the United Kingdom, this one is in Canada. Okay, and this one is the United States, and this is not London, this is something else. I don't know how to say that, but this is in United Kingdom, and this has the word London. Okay, that's the reason It is showing you all of them. Now let's uh, remove this filter. Okay, let's remove this filter. So and then remove the secondary dimension also. Now you know how to add the secondary dimension from here. Change the primary dimension from here. Now if I am here at the country level, okay, and if I go to India, you will see the regions of India. You will see the regions of India: Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Karnataka. What is the reason? It's a state, province, on or a union territory. And you are now seeing that the map is limited to the Indian map. It's not world map anymore. And if I switch to city now, it will show me the traffic from Indian cities only. Okay, and as expected, it is Bangalore where we are getting the maximum traffic on this website from, and then this is from Mumbai, and then Chennai, and then Delhi NCR area, and yeah, Calcutta, Hyderabad, Secunderabad. You can see all those IT hubs, and Pune also here. What place is this? Must be Ahmedabad. Yeah, Ahmedabad. Okay, so we can see this one. Okay, it is limited. Now let's go back to the locations report, and from here I'm switching to city. Now this is showing you data from all over the world. These cities are not Indian cities. These cities are not limited to any country. It's worldwide. It's showing you the traffic from all over the world. Okay, so that's the difference. Are we clear how to dig deeper? Go to country, select a country, and then you will be able to see the data from regions, and then you want to see the data from this country city wise, or whatever. You can see, you have a lot of other options over here. You can see that. Okay, but you cannot go further. Okay, you cannot go beyond city. You can't see traffic from a city's areas or suburb or etc. So this is how it is. All right. Now we want to focus only, for some reason, only on the cities where we had a minimum 1,000 users. Is that a valid requirement? We want to list only the cities where we had a minimum of 1,000 users. Is that a valid requirement? Tell me. Yeah. Okay. How do you apply that filter? You go to advanced, and then you say include. See, you can apply a filter on the dimensions and the metrics you are seeing. You cannot apply a filter which is not visible over here on something which is not visible over here. So if you open it, you will see that there is only one dimension right now, city, and these are the metrics, and you can select the metric. So which metric we want to apply on? We want to apply on the, let's say, sessions. So we can go to site uses and sessions, and or maybe the users. Okay, you can go to the users also. We are saying where the greater than 999, greater than 99 is minimum 1,000, because there is no greater than equal to. So we are saying greater than 99, include only those cities. Now it is showing us only 5 records. Something called not set is also there. What is not set? Let me share a link with you, and you can read more about not set. You will see uh, not set in many reports, and there it is. Yeah, here it is. It's on Luna Matrix. You can check what is not set here. All right, and this is showing us, after applying the filter, 5 records. Something called not set is included. Now this is a valid requirement for your analysis. Now you want to, for some reason, focus only on 4 cities. Okay, you wanted to focus on 4 cities, and uh, okay, let's do this way. You want to focus on London. Okay, you just want to focus on London. So what you did, you selected include city, and then you type London over here. Okay, and I'm saying exactly matching London. Okay, and I say apply. How many cities you are expecting? How many cities you are expecting? How many cities you are expecting here? When I type London, one. Okay, single city, one city. Okay, but you can see this. There are three cities where the name exactly matching London. Can you see that? Where the name is exactly matching London. So this is a problem. Okay, we want to exclude these two. We can do this. Okay, how can we do this? We can add a secondary dimension called country, and we know that this is not uh, uh, the London we are interested in. This is not the London we are interested in. And then we will go to the filter. We'll say and dimension. Now you can see two dimensions where country, okay, where country exclude or just include. You can say include United Kingdom. Say apply. So you are clearly viewing this one only. So this is one example of using AND example. Okay. Now you want to focus on four cities. Okay. And these four cities are, I'm just removing this one. Okay. More about these are expressions. So when we said exactly matching, it showed you three. Now when I say begins with, how many you are expecting? Or let's take this example of Mumbai. Let's take an example of Mumbai. Now if I say exactly matching, how many records you are expecting here? One. You can see 469 sessions from Mumbai. Okay. When I say begins with, how many records you are expecting? Just one. There is only one city called Mumbai. Okay, you can see that. And then I say ends with. Now, how many records you are expecting? How many records you are expecting now? Anybody from Mumbai region, Maharashtra? Anybody from Maharashtra? If I am saying ends with Mumbai, how many records you are expecting? How many records, Basui? Yeah, two. That's right. If there is traffic from Navi Mumbai also, yes, we had traffic from Navi Mumbai also in January 2018. That's why this filter is showing you two cities, two records, because we are saying ends with, both ends with Mumbai. Are we clear with the expression ends with? And then let's do this containing Mumbai. Containing Mumbai, both the records will be shown because both contains Mumbai, Navi Mumbai and Mumbai both. Are we clear with these expressions except matching regular expression? I'll tell you about matching regular expression also. Are we clear? Okay, good. Now let's check what matching regular expression is. Okay, you wanted to focus only on four cities, and these four cities are, for some reason, whatever your reason is, Mumbai, okay, New Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. So how will you do that? You will have to tell where the name is New Delhi, or the name is Mumbai, or the name is Chennai, or the name is Kolkata. So you can create an OR operator with the pipe sign. New Delhi, pipe sign, Mumbai, pipe sign, Chennai, pipe sign, and Kolkata, pipe. Oh, at end you don't need pipe sign. So this is what we are going to do, and we are choosing matching regular expression. And here we are saying include where the name is matching with one of them. If it contains New Delhi, or it contains Mumbai, or it contains Chennai, or it contains Kolkata, then include this. That's the OR operator. That's the OR operator. Pipe sign is the OR operator. So it is showing you now 1, 2, 3, 4. There is no traffic from Kolkata in this period. So let's extend this period. So probably in this period there was no traffic from Kolkata. So I'm increasing this till March 31. So let's see if there is some traffic from Kolkata in this period. Okay. Yeah, maybe there is a spelling mistake. Is there a spelling mistake? Yeah, it is a spelling mistake. Kolkata. uh, Anybody from Cal? My sincere apologies. We need to fix it. That's the reason. I was wondering how come we don't have any traffic from Kolkata on Google Merchandise Store. Yeah, you can see this. You can see that. So uh, we had 728 users in this 3 months period from Kolkata also. Now I said that we want to focus on four cities only. We want to exclude Navi Mumbai. So what you can do now, you can go to the filter once again, and you can add another call condition, and another condition is you are saying city exclude. Now you can use any of the expressions because there is only one city in the world called Navi Mumbai. So it doesn't matter if you are saying exactly matching or contains or ends with, it doesn't matter. You are saying exclude Navi Mumbai. So we have used or operator, we have used and operator. Are we clear with the advanced filters, guys? Are we clear with the advanced filters? Can you narrow down? Can you now narrow down and see the report? You can focus on the data you are really interested in. Yeah. Okay. Are you finding this interesting? Are you finding this interesting? Yeah. Okay. Because many a times you don't want to focus on complete uh, uh, record sets. You want to work with limited record set for whatever reason. So let's say you are running some campaign on these four cities only. This is the reason you want to understand it. Okay. Now let's make it more interesting by adding a secondary dimension. Okay. Let's make it more interesting. You add secondary dimension called gender, and you will see now there are 8 records instead of 4, and it tells you that on this website maximum users are male users. You can see that male, 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 and male. The top 4 records are from your male visitors. Yes. Okay. It is uh, is this kind of user behavior on this website. Let's see on this other website. Okay. The other account, city matching regular expression, all these 4 cities, and exclude Navi Mumbai, and the data is relatively less. But let's do one thing. We can, okay, let me first of all apply this, and then I'll increase the period. That's okay. We can say starting from November till date. Okay, till date. We have a longer date duration. Okay, only because we have very less data on this website. Now you can see if I add secondary dimension to this secondary dimension called gender, you will see a different kind of behavior on this website. Are you seeing most users on this website are female visitors? Are you seeing a clear user behavior difference over here? I mean, it's in the form of gender, because here the kind of content is more engaging to females than males on this website. On this website, it is more appealing to male visitors. Are you seeing this difference over here, guys? Are you seeing this difference over here? Yeah. Okay. And you can see not only the females are bigger in this bigger on number on this website, they're converting at a better rate also. Okay. Or they are not converting. That you can compare. That you can compare. You can see the conversion rate is 19.15%. Maximum conversion rate is from female visitors from Kolkata. No, this is 33% from male visitors from New Delhi. Okay, that's something interesting in this period, and we can do one thing. We can reduce this period to understand one behavior. This period, if I take from just January to March, you will see a different period. Okay, we have lost that data because of the retention, I think, or maybe that will appear because I applied those settings earlier only. Yeah, so we can see this conversion patterns over here. 24% from Kolkata, and then 23% from Mumbai male visitors, and then 19%, 19.86% from Chennai female visitors. Then next is 19.49 from Mumbai female visitors. Now you can analyze this gender wise. You can analyze, yeah, I'll tell you that, Suraj. I'll tell you how do they do that. I'll tell you that. Now, so this is how you do it, and you can add a age group also instead of gender. We can add age group or whatever secondary dimension we are interested in. Now, in the standard reports of Google Analytics, you can have only two dimensions, a maximum of two dimensions, primary and secondary. You cannot have further dimensions. If you are hoping that there is a tertiary dimension called gender after the age, so it's not going to happen over here. You want to do that, you can edit this report, okay, and then you can customize this report. And for example, if you go to the customized and reports, okay, let me edit this so that this can be customized, this one. So we are customizing this report. I am saying location, three dimensions report. Okay, and you can select flat table, because in Explorer and Map Overlay you cannot have these many dimensions. In flat table you can have up to five dimensions. So I am saying city, include city, include gender, and then you can have age group. This is going to be at the bottom, I guess. User age, it should be appearing as user age. Yeah, user's age, and then you can still have two more dimensions. Okay, a custom flat table report, you can have up to five dimensions. Are you seeing this? But in a standard report or in an Explorer report or a map overlay report, you cannot have beyond two dimensions, one primary, another secondary. So that's how you do it. This is a little advanced topic, but you this is really simple. You'll be able to see this. That's not a problem. So let's come back over here, and let's go to city once again, apply our filters, whatever we were doing. And okay, so we were doing this on the Google Merchandise Store. That's okay. So on any account you can do it. See why I am showing you two accounts, because this is the same method you can apply on any website. It doesn't matter. I think Wasim had asked this, that which website it is. It doesn't matter. It is the method that you are applying on it. Okay, this is a blog website. This is a thin traffic website. This is an e-commerce website. It is a medium-sized e-commerce website. So it doesn't matter at all. Okay, are we clear, guys? Are we clear? Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go to once again to this, and let's say we want to focus on New York, and we want to focus on London, and we want to focus on, let's say, uh, not Los Angeles. Let's say, or let's do one thing. Let me remove this filter. Let us see the maximum conversion rate we are getting from on this website in this period. So we are getting from Mountain View, we are getting from Sunnyvale. No, we'll have to sort it over here. That's the number of users actually. So we are getting conversion rate from uh, Truckee, Summit, and let's apply a filter also. We are saying where number of users greater than 499 means 500 plus, then it makes sense to us. Yeah, we can see this. There are many actually. 20. And if I say 1000 greater than 999, see, at any point of time, if you find this difficult, feel free to say repeat the process. Okay, and I'll do that happily. So there are 10 records. We can see that where we had a minimum of 1000 users, and the this is the conversion rate 8.91, 8.45, 7.33, and 7.27. So let's say we want to focus on only these four cities. We want to focus only on these four cities. Okay, San Francisco, New York, Sunnyvale, and San Jose. So you can apply that filter over here. Okay, so this is how it works. This is how it works. So you know all the methods of applying advanced filter over here. Now, what is the other best way of looking at this data? What is the other best way of looking at this data? Tell me. I'm removing secondary dimension and I am sorting it back on users. What is the other way of looking at the data? What is the different form? You are seeing this as a table, as numbers. What is the other form of presentation that is easier to understand? Is my question clear to everyone? How can you present data without numbers, which is easier to understand? Yes, you got it right. Graph. Yes, not this. We are already showing it in the tabular format, Suraj. So, as Priya said, the graph. So this is called data view. Over here, you are seeing these buttons. This is data view. Okay, and this shows you the data in the tabular format. It has three metric types: acquisition, behavior, and conversion. And you can go to this pie chart by selecting. This is called the percentage view, and you can see if you simply ignore this not set part. Okay, you can see the maximum traffic or the maximum users are uh, 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 from this mountain view, 4.7. Then you have 2.5 from New York, and then you have 2% from Sunnyvale, and all that. So this is how you are seeing, right? Now, what I'll do, I'll exclude not set using the filter. Okay, I can say exclude uh, containing not set, so that there is no confusion in this. Okay, but this is something called others. So there is something called other also. I can get rid of this other also, and I'll say matching regular expression not set or other. Apply. This is not applying, this is other. Why it is showing us other? This is we are seeing other over here. Okay, it's not including others over here. Okay, so I think we cannot get rid of this other. We can't get rid of this other over here. I can choose a smaller period to see if we can get rid of this. No, we still can't. We still can't. Anyways, but this is a better way of presenting the data. Now, what you can do here, you can say matching regular expression in this period uh, for these four cities. If you are interested in these four cities, apply this filter. Okay, and here it is on this. You can see this one is from. What is happening? Oh, I think I have selected include. Sorry, exclude. That's my bad, I think. All right, so now we have this view. Okay, that's my bad. I tell you what I was doing wrong. I had selected exclude instead of include. Okay, so my bad. And city exclude Navi Mumbai. So now we understand the filter very well, and this is how you can present that the contribution from these four cities. Uh, I have never tried, but I think uh, there is no limit. I think I have tried up to 10, not beyond that. I never needed beyond that. I never needed beyond that. You can Google quickly and you can check if there is any limit. Okay, so you can see now. Do you want to export this data? Do you want to export this data for your presentation? Tell me. Do you want to export this data for your presentation? Will it be good if you want to, if you have to share what is your campaigns doing in order to bring traffic on your website? You want to tell your team that our efforts are producing good results and we can see a lot of traffic, or we can see a conversion rate from these cities, or we can see whatever metric you are interested over here. Yeah, so that all you can do. And there is an option called export, and you can export it to one of these format: PDF, Excel, CSV. And the only limitation is whatever data is visible on the screen can be exported. So if you are seeing limited data, limited records, only that much will be exported. Now I'm just going to download this PDF here. I'm going to open it. So this is how it is. This is how you can export it. And you know the formats on top. There are different formats. You can use those formats before exporting whatever format you are interested in. Now there is a limitation. If I go to the data table view and I remove the filters, you can see that in this period we had traffic from 9,018 cities, including something called not set. Okay, so by default it shows you only 10 rows on one page. You can see more up to 5,000. That's the maximum value. So if you choose 5,000 and you export it, that much data will be exported. Okay, and if you are exporting now, only 10 records will be exported. You can see the next set of 10 records by this navigation button: next, next, previous. That's how it works. That's how it works. But it will never export complete data at once, only that much which is visible to the visible on the screen. Can you repeat the process you were showing before this, where you were applying advanced filters? It was before these steps. Yeah, I can do that. So, okay. So I said that this is the tabular format. This is called data view, and then we have this percentage view. Advanced is here. This is the filter manvi. Advanced filter over here. Clear? This is where you do that. Advanced. Next to the search. Next to this filter button. And this is the pie chart view. Okay, and then we have this uh, this is called performance. This shows you the bar chart. Okay, and you can choose any metric of your choice, for example revenue. Okay, and you can see the revenue performance. So you can see mountain view has given you 15% of your total revenue. Then New York has given you 9.58% of the total revenue, and the San Francisco has given you 8% of your total revenue. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this the better way of showing the data to the end user or to the non-technical team? Is this a better way? Or probably these people are technically, even then, this is a better way of presentation rather than showing them this kind of tabular report with a lot of metrics, right? So are we clear now? Are we clear with these views? Okay. Now then we have something called comparison view. This one, and comparison view. If you see the bounce rate, okay. If you see the bounce rate, this is your uh, context analysis. Your bounce rate is 48%. Mountain View's bounce rate is much less. So you, the ones you see with green is a positive sign. The ones you see with the red are the negative sign. So this is bounce rate is lower, bounce rate is lower, 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 and bounce rate is higher. So bounce rate is higher than the view average, and this is 48.41% you are seeing. This London's bounce rate is higher than the view average. We can check this by going to the data table view. You can see your bounce rate is 48.41%. For London, this is 58.98%. Is that clear? Is that clear? And then Mountain View is much lower, 22.1%, much lower than the site view. Let's go back to the performance, the comparison view, and choose the bounce rate once again. So now this is clearly telling you where your users are more engaged, where your users are not that much engaged. Are we clear? Are we clear? Are we clear? The same goes with your goal conversion value or the e-commerce conversion rate. You can check conversion rate and you can tell that 2.44% is the site view conversion. But Mountain View is giving you much more revenue. I mean, much better conversion rate. And then New York is giving you much better conversion rate. San Francisco is giving you much better conversion rate. And we can just check this over here quickly. You can see this Mountain View is converting at 7.12, New York is converting at 7.2, San Francisco is converting at 8.57. View conversion rate is 2.44. That's the difference you can see over here. That's the difference you can see here for e-commerce conversion rate. Clear? Okay. Now tell me, is it how it is 191.47? 191.47. You know what is this? Why this much difference? Why this much difference, you know? Are you seeing there is a big difference? Why there is a big difference? Is it actually 191.47%? Let's just make a note of it. 2 point, how much it is? 2.44 is the conversion rate, view conversion rate. You can think of it as site conversion rate. 2.44. Okay, view conversion rate. Now, New York is Mountain View. Let's go to the table. Mountain View is converting at 7.12%. Mountain View 7.12. Okay, so what is the difference? What is the difference? Let's calculate this difference. Let me fetch the calculator. It is 7.12 minus 2.44. The difference is 4.68. Why it is saying why it is saying 191.47%? What difference we have seen over here of 4.68? The difference is of 4.68. Why it is saying it is 191.47? Can anyone guess? Quickly, can anyone guess? Why 191.47%? What is this? What is this? 2.44 comparing. Okay, write more about it. Write more about it. Means 200%. Okay, approximate 200%. That's what you are saying. How it is calculated? How it is calculated? Okay, so let me tell you. This is called percentage. This is called percentage change. Now, some of you probably know about it. How it is calculated? It is calculated as the difference. What is the difference? 7.12 minus 2.44. What is the difference? 4.68. So 4.68. The difference divided by the first number. What is the first number? The base number? It is 2.44. 4.68. The difference is divided by 2.44. 2.44 into 100. Is it 191? Is it close to what we are seeing over here? Everybody, is it close to what we are seeing here? 191.80. Is this clear now? So this is the difference divided by first number, which is 2.44 into 100. That's the formula. That's the formula, and we got it 191.8%, 80%. Google is saying 191.47% because Google has more data than we are seeing on the report. Okay, but we are close to there, and this is good enough to understand that this is percentage change. Yes, is this clear? Did I make it absolutely clear? Did I make it absolutely clear? So wherever you see a percentage change, can you give me example? Where do you see in real life, day-to-day life, percentage change? Where do you see percentage change? Where do you see in day-to-day life percentage change? This is how you calculate it, percentage change. This will explain you. Okay. Now you see percentage change. Have you seen Sensex, House Sensex, and Nifty? Yeah. Am I giving you the right example? Have you seen the changes in the Nifty and Sensex? Okay. Yeah. And what else? Now you can think of many examples. You can think of many examples where the percentage change is shown. So this is how it is. Are we clear so far? Are we clear so far? Okay. Is anybody finding it too technical? I mean, any part of it? Anybody finding it too technical? Any part so far we have discussed? Or you have problem with the pace? I can see the response rate is going down. Is the energy down, or it is the we are covering a little fast? What is that? Or you are finding it too complicated? What is that? All fine? Okay. All fine? Okay. All right. You need practice. Of course, you need practice. Of course, you need practice. There's no doubt about it. You need practice. Of course. I'm doing it for many years, so I feel comfortable. Yeah. Energy rate is going down. But is it a percentage change, Priya? It looks like that it has gone down by 400%. Yeah, you need more understanding. So where you need more understanding? Tell me, Viral. Tell me where you need more understanding. Tell me where are you finding it a little complicated? Where you want me to explain again? Don't worry about that. I have to explain it again. I'll happily do that, and I'll give you another example. How to create those reports? We haven't reached there. We haven't reached there, so you don't have to worry about this. I will be telling you Yeah. See, remember one thing. Uh, I am showing you reports randomly to explain my examples in a much better way. And even today, we are still in fundamentals part only. We haven't started going through the reports. By end of today's session, we will be in the position where we can start exploring reports one by one. And today, we will see how to add tracking code to a WordPress based website. So once we understand you and me are on the same page, right? When we talk about terms and all these small tools like filters, sortings, and uh, changing date range, plotting a graph, and all that, then we are on the same page. When we are on the same page, we can understand these reports very easily because the language I will be using, you will be very comfortable with that. Okay, Viral, you are comfortable with the conversion rate, you are comfortable with the bounce rate, you understand what is a session, you now know what is a user, you are seeing now how we are comparing things, how should we read report. We should not panic if we see 100% bounce rate because we are looking at the number of sessions and users. We should not start jumping by looking at the conversion rate because we have to before that make sure that number of sessions and users are good in number. Yeah, if it is not significant, then there is no point. Okay, that's not an opportunity for us. So this is how we are doing it. So even today we are still in the fundamental mode. All right. So if you are thinking that how you will be getting these reports in your account, that part I haven't explained you yet. Okay, I will be explaining all that. Okay, any other question, guys? Any other question? Feel free, please do not hesitate, feel free to post wherever you are thinking that you are limited by some technical knowledge. You are not. Okay, you are not. We will be, the way I am explaining it, the way I use analytics, you will be able to do it. Okay, by end of this course. Does that sound good? So you will be able to use Google Analytics like a pro by end of this course. So uh, okay, so let's continue then. Okay, so then, okay, how many of you have okay, so this is the last question, then I'll continue. Okay, do you need access to the this is an e-commerce website, you need access to this one merchandise store so that you can practice. This is a real live website. Do you need access to this? I'll give you this access today. Will this be good for your practicing? Tell me. This is a real e-commerce website, Google's own official merchandise store. This is Google's own official merchandise store. You can see users in real time, the kind of devices, pages, location, everything here. And this is an e-commerce website. Is it good enough for your practice? Is it good enough for your practice? Yeah. So you don't even need a website to practice it. So you'll get it today. You'll get it today. And you can practice everything. And this is the reason I'm explaining you in this Google merchandise store only, so that you can practice exactly same thing what I told you. All right. How many of you know about pivot table analysis? Pivot table analysis, rather. How many of you know pivot table analysis? Okay. If you have never used pivot table analysis in MS Excel, you can check YouTube for pivot table analysis tutorial MS Excel. Check it in YouTube. You'll get many tutorials explaining this fantastic method of data analysis. Uh, Manvi, there are two things. Number one, you need a Google Analytics account only to understand the configuration settings, right? How do you define goals? How do you define filters? and how do you create more views, and how do you make some other changes. Okay, to practice you really don't need a website. You can practice using Google's demo store. It has everything. The only problem is that you get only read and analyze access. Okay, so you can't make any changes over there, but you can still analyze the way I am explaining you. Okay, and this is good enough for your understanding of Google Analytics. For configuration setting applications, you can create a dummy account like we all did today. Okay, and you can do this. You remember that I did it on Asta's account. I added more views, I added property, and then in some time I will be adding filters also, and in the next class I will be adding goals also. So you don't need a website, but it is always good if you have a website to practice this. Yes, does that clear your concern, Manvi? Let me tell you, to practice Google Analytics you don't need a high traffic website. You don't need a website uh, at all, and you also don't need an e-commerce website. You can practice all that on Google's demo store. Now tell me, is everybody relieved? Are you relieved now? That how will you practice Google Analytics? You don't have a website, and even if you have a website you don't have traffic. If you have traffic, this is not an e-commerce website. How will you practice all that? You don't have to worry about it. Okay, all right, so I have given you this assurance, so there is no problem. Okay, so let's continue. So the pivot table analysis, fortunately we have this method in Google Analytics built in. Pivot table analysis, also known as slicing and dicing your data. You can think of pivot as a central point, okay, or the focus. If you simply check Google, what is a pivot table analysis, you will get a lot of you know explanation of, okay, what is a pivot table and what is used for. You can see all that. You can see this: create a pivot table, analyze your data Excel. It's a video tutorial on official MS Office site, and then you can simply check what is a pivot. What is a pivot? And it tells you that pivot is the central point, pin or shaft, okay, on which a mechanism turns. Or see, okay, I tell you, without getting into the definition of pivot, it's the way you look at the report. It's another way of categorizing your data. It's another way of categorizing your data. All right, now I'm here in the pivot table analysis. The period we have chosen is January 2018, and it is showing us all the city because the selected primary dimension is city. That's what you can see over here. And it says pivot by city, categorize by city, focus by city, add another angle, but this angle is again same city. Okay, this is where you are seeing pivot by city. It makes no sense to me. So what we will do, we will change this to age group. Now tell me, is this report making sense? We have traffic from Mountain View, which is 1829 users, and this is the age group wise breakup. Can you see this? And the same is happening for New York, then Sunnyvale, and then San Francisco, and London, San Jose. Can you see this? Is this report making sense now? Is this report making sense now? When I say pivot by age, primary dimension is city. Are we clear? Now we have started the pivot table analysis. We have started slicing, dicing our data. It says you can have two pivot matrix, okay, but by default this is the users. You can choose any report, okay, any report to understand this report in a much better way, bounce rate or whatever. But for my example, I'm going to stick to users. However, I'm going to add another pivot matrix, and this is called e-commerce conversion rate. Now look at this. Is this report better now? Is this report better now? Isn't it telling you that from Mountain View, these are the total number of users? This is your conversion rate, total conversion rate for Mountain View, and this is the age group wise breakup. This is the age group wise breakup. Can you see the best conversion rate for Mountain View? This is 9.76% from the age group 55 to 64. However, the number of sessions are very low, number of users are very low. Yeah. Now we can make it more interesting. Okay, we can say we want to focus only on Mountain View, New York, Sunnyvale and San Francisco, only these four cities. So you can apply a filter, you can apply a filter. Okay, so let's go to here and we say city include matching regular expression. We are saying Mountain View and pipe sign, then New York and pipe sign, and Sunnyvale pipe sign, and San Francisco, and then say apply. Now we are seeing data for these cities, for these cities only. Mountain View, New York. I think once there is one spelling mistake. There's one spelling mistake. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, we can see there are five cities because this is South San Francisco. So we can exclude this one. We can go back to our filter. We say add dimension city exclude containing South, or you can write full name South San Francisco and apply. Is this data interesting to you now? Because you are focusing on these four cities only. Is this interesting? Is this interesting? Do you want to make it more interesting? Do you want to make it more interesting? How can you do that? You can add gender as secondary dimension. Do you remember I said that in the standard reports you can have only two dimensions. Now you have three dimensions with pivot table. Primary dimension, secondary dimension and the pivot. Now see who's converting at the best rate. So the best conversion rate for 25 to 34 age group is this 50.87 from our female visitors San Francisco. In this age group, the best conversion rate is 14.47 from our male visitors, San Francisco. Okay, and then in this age group 18 to 24, the best conversion rate is from 9.89 our male visitors from Sunnyvale. In this, the best conversion rate is from 9.76%, and this is from our New York male visitors. And in this age group, this is 10.81 from our male visitors from Mountain View. Yeah, if you have to run a paid campaign, okay, and if you haven't filtered cities like I did, okay, if you have to run a paid campaign and then to acquire more visitors, can you do a pivot table analysis to find where you are getting the best conversion rate in what age group and what gender? Will that be a data driven decision? Tell me, will that be a data driven decision? Are we seeing a data driven decision here? Is there any hunch here? Is there any hunch here? Can you see how simple it is slicing and dicing your data and then reaching a conclusion? Yeah, is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Is that clear? Is pivot table analysis clear to everyone? Is pivot table analysis clear to everyone? Okay, great. And did you find it interesting? Did you find it interesting? Okay, so this is it. This is it for the fundamentals part. Okay, in the next class we'll start with reading reports, and today in few minutes I'll tell you how to add this tracking code to a WordPress based website. Okay, I'll not take much time today, but I request you to please submit the feedback before you sign out. Okay, if someone has to leave on time, please submit the feedback, let me know. The next thing, I will give you the access to the Google's demo store so that you can start practicing, please submit the feedback and let me know. I'm just giving you the access to Google demo store right now. Submit the feedback. Let me know. Okay, thank you, Viral. I'm waiting for others. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting for others. Once everybody is done, I'll explain you how to access the uh, account. All right. So I hope everyone has submitted. Okay. So to access the demo account, you visit this link. I have shared it in the chat box, and then you go to make sure that you are already logged on to your Google Analytics account. Okay. Uh, and uh, let me show this to you. Let me show this to you. You must be logged on to the Google Analytics account, and then you scroll down and click on Access Demo Account. Click on Access Demo Account, and you will get it just by following this Access Demo Account. This account will be added to your Analytics account, and the way I could access it today, you will be able to access it. Is this clear? Are we clear, guys? Are we clear with the demo account? This is the demo account link. While watching the recording, you can check this. You can check this. So I have shared a few links with you. Okay, and if you are interested, you can read more about regular expressions. I gave you an example of regular expression where we use that pipe sign. Or if you are more interested in regular expression, you can read this over here on Lunametrics. All right, so let's do one thing very quickly. Add analytics tracking code to a dummy website. So I'm just going to peterpanwrites.com, which is a WordPress based website. And over here, uh, and one more site, Kamash. And I'm logging on to both the websites admin panel. So this is Peter Pan's WordPress login. And this is the other website, which is not a dummy website. This is that fitness trainer's website. Okay. And I am logging in. I need to pause this. Okay, so we are here in Peter Pan. Okay, and you can see that this is the admin panel of Kamash.co, which is this website, Kamash website. This one. So analytics tracking code has been added on this website using uh, the code directly in the code file. Okay, I'll show you this one here. You can see this global site tag and Google Analytics. So what I did in this case, I was here in the admin, and I chose this account, Dr. Thapa, and then I chose this property Kamash, and then here I go to tracking info, then I go to tracking code, and you will see a familiar screen, and I will copy this one, and I'll go to the WordPress dashboard. One way of doing this is that you can add it directly your theme. So WordPress has many, you can have multiple themes installed on your WordPress, but the one which is active, you can customize that. So I am customizing the existing, the active theme, appearance, and editor. Okay, and then it loads the files of the theme, WordPress theme. You have to look for a file which is called header.php, theme header. We'll go to theme header, and we will paste this code in the head section over here. You can see this is already pasted. This is already pasted. Can you see this? So I took it from here, and then I'm pasting it over here. This is one way of doing it. So when you add it to the theme header, it is included on all the pages, all the posts on a WordPress based website. This is one way of doing it. Okay, if you want to follow this method, you can do this. Okay, there is a better method. Okay, I just wanted to show you, because all the time I have been saying this must be added to the head section, this must be added to the head section, right? So this is the reason I'm showing you that this can be added directly as well. Are we clear with this? Those who have never worked on a WordPress based website, probably they will find it a little, you will be probably a little uneasy over here. But I'll tell you Manvi for blogger.com. I'll tell you. So you may find a little uneasy over here, but there is a better way. Okay, and the better way is that you can install a plugin. So on this website, Peter Pan, I can. How did I do that? Let me see. So if I added this directly here, let me see. In the code, I'll remove it first. So again, what I have to do, I have to look for the theme header file. That's the one, header.php. And let us see on Peter Pan. This is the tag assistant. We all know. We enable this and we reload the file. And we can see something here. Okay, we have added code directly. So I'll remove this code from here. So I can see, yeah, I can see code over here. So what I'm doing, I'm removing this code, cut and update the file, and I'll paste it here. And then I'll go to the front end. I'll reload this, and we will see if it is still appearing. It says no tag found. Add Google Analytics. Let's do that. And to do that, we will install a plugin called Monster Insight. Who said that? I don't remember. Uh, some of you said that Monster Insight. Who had mentioned that? Meghna, did you say that? So these are the installed plugins. Okay. Now the point is, what is a plugin? A plugin is something which extends the functionality. For example, we extended the functionality of Chrome browser by adding Tag Assistant, by adding this GA debugger, by adding this Facebook Pixel Helper, by adding this Chromecast, this one you can see this Chromecast plugin, or Nimbus screenshot. We are enhancing the functionality of a solution, of a software, this Chrome. Now WordPress by default doesn't come with the I mean, out of the box, it doesn't give you the functionality of adding Google Analytics tracking code. So you can do that by installing a plugin, and installing a plugin on WordPress is a kid's play. Okay, what you can do, go to plugins, add new, or when you are in the plugins, you can choose this option, add new, whatever you do. And then you look for Google Analytics here. You look for Google Analytics here. Here, I'll type Google Analytics. It will show you many plugins for Google Analytics. Okay, I have used few of them, and I like this one, Google Analytics for WordPress by Monster Insights. You can see there are 1 plus million active installs. It was updated 2 weeks ago, and this is a 4-star rated plugin. So all this shows you that this is a very well maintained plugin. So you can rely on this for very long term, and it is compatible with my current version of WordPress. And 1 plus million active installation make it a very credible plugin, and it is a 4-star rated, which looks like a very uh, a genuine rating. Okay, so based on that, I will install this one. I can install this one also because this is also equally good. Okay, let's install Monster Insight. Install now. Now you have to authenticate it in order to get the details inside the WordPress dashboard. Active, activate this. Sure, Manvi, you can please watch the recording and connect with me later. Okay, for the queries you may have, Manvi. Yeah. Okay. So you can connect with me. Sure. All right. So, all right. So, okay. Have a great weekend. Bye bye. Now I have installed it. Okay, I have installed it. I have activated this, and when you see this insights over here, okay, and then you can go to settings over here. Go to settings over here, and you need to authenticate this. You need to authenticate this. We can authenticate this. Make sure that you are logged on to your Google Analytics in the same browser window. I'm repeating, make sure you are logged on to the same browser to the analytics in the same browser window. Authenticate with your account. I I have this account under this ID Raju.Sharma, and I am granting access. All this, allow. So you can allow. There is no worry about it. And then which one? You need to choose which one. So I want to choose the account Dr. Thapa and Kamash and Master View. So let's look for Kamash master data. So this is what we are linking. This is what we are linking. Are we clear so far? Guys, are we clear so far? Are we clear so far? Yes? Okay. And then I am saying complete authentication. You remember that I said the Google Analytics API can be used to fetch data. One way of looking at the data is one way of looking. Oh shucks, I linked the wrong one. Sorry, deauthenticated, deauthenticated. Sorry, this was Peter Pan writes, and I authenticated which one? I authenticated Kamash. So the wrong data. It will fetch the wrong data. My bad. I just forgot about it. Raju.Sharma. Let's do it once again. Allow, and then choose Peter Pan writes. Peter Pan writes, and we are including which one? All website data. All website data. Complete authentication. My bad. Okay. Now we have included this one. Now, if you go to reports, okay, you will see it will show you the data fetched from Peter Pan writes. Okay, can you see this one? 24 sessions, 50 page views, 1 minute 48 seconds is session duration, bounce rate is 45.83%, 84% new, 16% returning. Are you seeing desktop, tablet, mobile? How this is happening? How this is happening? It is using Google Analytics core API. You remember I had said that you can fetch Google Analytics data by writing code, and you need it only if you are working on a web, desktop, or mobile app. This is an example. This is an example. They are fetching and showing you within your WordPress dashboard, guys. Is that clear? Are we clear? Okay. Now I suggest you watch the recording of this part, okay, at least twice or thrice. So only this much part, last 15 minutes, and you will be absolutely fine with this. Okay, you will be absolutely fine with this. Now, about adding the tracking code to Blogger website. Okay, so this one I have a dummy blog called Peter Pan Writes. Let me see that. Peter Pan Writes. No, Blogger. This one is Peter Pan Writes. And here, when you are in your blog, okay, when you are in your blog, you go to settings and you go to other settings, and then you specify your tracking ID over here. This is it. This is it. Make sure that you have added your blog as a separate property. You are not using your website's tracking ID over here, and then you save this. This is it. This is so simple. Adding tracking ID to blog is very simple. Is this clear now? Where you find it? Under settings, other, and you scroll down, you just specify your analytics ID. Clear, guys? So this is it for today. Filters we'll see in the class. Okay, we have run out of the time already. Okay, we have overshot already. So we will do this in the next class. You have got the demo account access. You have to look, you have to check your tasks and your quizzes for your assignment, and you have to go through this merchant account. Okay, and make sure that you watch this recording at least once during these. I mean before the next class. That would be really really helpful if you do that. Okay, so this is it for today. Anything else? Anything else? Any questions, queries you have? This is it. All right then. Average bounce rate in global. Okay, that varies, Viral. Actually, that varies. That varies from site to site. Generally, it is somewhere between 35 to 70%. It varies. So if your bounce rate is 35%, that's okay. You really don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that's okay. I mean that, see, if you are getting conversions even with 60% bounce rate, you can improve that. But you are happy that your conversion rate is good. If you are getting conversion rate of 4%, you should be happy, right? But then you have to find out what is the reason of higher bounce rate. You must try to minimize it, and we will see that with behavior reports. Okay, we will see that how to minimize the bounce rate. What are the reasons of high bounce rate and how you can minimize that? Yes, I will tell you all that. I will tell you all that. So that's it. Okay, then have a great weekend. Enjoy your meal. Bye bye.